football on WQBR, The Bear. In just a moment, we'll join the sports guys, Sam Cooperman and Brandon Barker, for today's state final playoff game against the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. This exclusive broadcast is brought to you by B.A. Mikesell Electric, Bald Birds Brewing Company, Country Berry Shack, Deja Vu, Downtown Lock Haven Incorporated, Fager Insurance, First Quality, Holligs Coal and Oil, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, Jersey Shore State Bank, the Jersey Shore Football Boosters, K&W Tire, KUTZAS Kitchen, McMahon Ferguson and Associates, Muncie Bank and Trust Company, Park Pizza at the Gamble Farm Inn and Suites, Penton Automotive, River Valley Internet, Schweitzer's Auto Sales, Susquehanna Transit, the Dave Winkleman Team at First Choice Real Estate, Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves, TLC Fuels, Weary Painting and Contracting, and Woodlands Bank. And now, live from Hershey, here's the sports guy and Brandon Barker on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Good afternoon and welcome to the PIAA Quad A State Title Game broadcast. We're live at Hersheypark Stadium in the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania, and it's the place that for Coach Tom Gravish's 9 years and counting at the helm of this Jersey Shore program, the Bulldogs have been trying to get to. They've been awfully close. This is their third straight year in the state playoffs. They've been here 5 times to the state tournament, but never have they been to this point until now. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. The Bulldogs of Jersey Shore, a glistening 10-0, and their opponent today, none other than the defending state champs, the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars. Brandon, quickly, how did we get here?
Well, we got here by Jersey Shore winning every game possible that they had in their schedule that we were allowed to have. Another one was they avoided a matchup with Montoursville. It wasn't a matter towards playoffs, but they still avoided a tough test in Montoursville. Then they went into the regional semis. The semifinals, went out and beat their team. Then they beat Lampeter Strasburg last week, 39-35, and they beat Crestwood the first time, 26-14. Then they go on next week, beat Lampeter Strasburg in a shootout, 39-35, and they're here at the acclamation of the pinnacle of Pennsylvania sports.
Yeah, this is the place where it all goes down. Hershey, Pennsylvania, the Giant Center adjacent to us is where you get basketball and wrestling. Hopefully in the spring, it's a soccer tournament that gets played right here on this field at Hersheypark Stadium. You see the roller coasters in the backdrop of the bleachers here that are not very filled. Unfortunately, of course, due to the pandemic, the capacity is severely limited. Stadiums over 10,000 capacity, this is a recent ruling at the state level, those venues are capped at 5% up to 2,500 people. And that means that for a stadium here of 15,000 people, only 750 ticket holders are allowed in. Thankfully, Brandon and I got seats perched in the press box here. And it's a beautiful day in Hershey. Temperatures are a little chilly. There's a wind blowing in the air. But all in all, for late November football, this is as good as you'll get. Brandon, Jersey Shore, you were there last week with our good friend Nate Carpenter, who is in the stands rocking his orange and black right now. You were there down in Lancaster in this area. The Bulldogs were able to come back from a 28-21 halftime deficit and stymie an offense that had gained nearly 400 yards on them in the first half and limit them to 7 points in the second half to come back and take the game 39-35.
Yeah, and it was an impressive game to watch, especially on both sides of the ball. One, you saw Jersey Shore struggled a little bit on defense against that high-powered offense. Kind of went stride for stride with Shore's offense. So they were able to stop that, and they were able to get Gabe Packard back last week. They kind of rotated him in very slowly into the game, but he kind of got back, and they were able to get the key help of Carter Peacock. What a difference, we'll explain a little bit later, but what a difference Carter Peacock makes for this defense. And on offense, they just kept doing what they were doing at best. It's running the ball with Cameron Allison, power football, and the other big one is they used the clock to their advantage for probably the second week in a row against a team that really doesn't like to eat up the clock.
They really managed to beat down a Lampeter-Strasburg team that is traditionally in this spot in the tournament. The Lampeter-Strasburg team lost last year to this Thomas Jefferson team that went 16-0 and absolutely dominated its way through the 4A bracket. They ended up winning against the Dallas team that knocked Jersey Shore out of the semifinals, and they were able to beat them quite handedly with a 46-7 victory. They topped Lampeter-Strasburg 44-2 last year. But this is a different Thomas Jefferson team than that. Still very good at 9-1, but the Jaguars do have that one. They lost the last game of the regular season against a McKeesport team that, if they didn't win that game, wouldn't have even gotten the playoffs at all at the district level. And they've had some injuries. Not the same level of dominance as they had last year, but never a team that's an easy out, a team from the WPIAL in the Pittsburgh area. You got these big offensive linemen also on the defensive line. They power the football, and they have one of the best coaches in the state, Bill Hersheypark, a 4-time state winner, 6 times straight in the state playoffs, and last year received the Pittsburgh Steelers Shula Award nominee for the best high school coach. One NFL team gets a nominee. How good is this TJ team?
Well, they are the pinnacle of PIAA right now. They're especially not just them, but all those Western Pennsylvania schools out there. Thomas Jefferson, we saw earlier today, Wilmington got beat up by Southern Columbia for the 2A championship. So that's what a lot of these Eastern teams have to be careful of. When you get normally, if the big powerhouse is down in District 2, then you go up into the Lancaster area, and then District 11, District 9, and then this district right here, which is the PIAA.
Yeah, that's District 7, yeah.
District 7. They're scary, and this is going to be the biggest test, but that's what they got to be careful of. They got to get over the fear of facing these teams and just go after it. And I will say Jersey Shore has done it before. They played Johnstown in 2016. That was the last time they played a team out of the WPIAL.
Yeah, Jersey Shore used to be on the western side of the state bracket. They had Clearfield in 2013. A few years ago, they were switched to the east, and that's where they've been the last 3 years in the state playoffs. Jersey Shore, the East Region champs, and they'll take on the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars of the West. Today's pregame show driven by Penton Automotive, an AC Delco full-service auto repair shop, servicing the Jersey Shore area for over 20 years. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Call them at 570-215-9262 or visit PentonAutomotive.com. Coming up on the pregame show are Country Berry Shack starting lineups for both the Jaguars and the Bulldogs. Additionally, we will have my pregame interview with Tom Gravish. Got a chance to talk to the head man quickly after he got off the bus, and Jersey Shore is trying to get back on that bus today with a title in the 4A bracket. Coming back to Hershey on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this, Jersey Shore, Thomas Jefferson, the state title game on a Saturday afternoon.
Now open, the Jersey Shore home of Ready Treddy, K&W Tire and the Old Stouts Pro Auto on Main Street. Providing full service for cars and light trucks, K&W Tire Jersey Shore stocks Cooper, Falcon, Hankook, and 4 other tire brands. Special orders available. Family owned and operated K&W Tire, now open in Jersey Shore, 335 North Main Street. Appointments preferred, walk-ins available, 865-5315 K&W Tire. We do tires and more.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Downtown Lock Haven Inc. invites you to ring in the holiday season with our series of Small Business Saturdays in December. Over 35 businesses are part of this special effort to encourage you to shop downtown and help our community grow. Stop at the Downtown Lock Haven office for a map of participating businesses, then visit our stores, ask about the shopping passport, your ticket to win free prizes. Small Business Saturdays, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. Shop Downtown Lock Haven this holiday season. This ad funded through CBDG Cares.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp?
McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-4090. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
Proving to be a Valley favorite over the last 50 years, Williamsports Park Pizza has expanded to Jersey Shore, part of Gamble Farm Inn and Suites. The menu's expansive. Pizza including specialty pizzas like the Butcher Shop and Buffalo Chicken, plus wings and stromboli. Dine in, carry out, or we will deliver. 570-398-7275. Park Pizza, Jersey Shore inside Gamble Farm Inn and Suites. Open Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 10 p.m. 570-398-7275.
Cutting Edge Country on WQBR.
Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you from Hersheypark Stadium in the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania. Jersey Shore football against Thomas Jefferson in the 4A state title game. Bulldogs and Jaguars will retake the field shortly. They just had their pregame warm-ups out in the center of the turf, a beautiful turf field. You get the backdrop of all the rides, lots of roller coasters. There's a little swingy thingy. Brandon, what would you call that, the machine that's running out to the back right corner?
I would say something that would be really fun to ride right now.
Love it. Yeah, there's lots of chocolate paraphernalia around us. We are in Hershey, and this is where the state title games and matches in every sport are played, and football is not an exception to it. Hershey also the place where Wilt Chamberlain dropped 100 points in a 169-147 win over the Knicks back in '62. Of course, 2 AHL outdoor classics have been held here, 10 international soccer matches, so many concerts and whatnot to count from here. And, of course, lots of state football out on this field. A wonderful facility, and we're just incredibly grateful to be here today. But let's get into our Country Berry Shack starting lineups. We appreciate their support throughout the playoffs, and if you want a Christmas shop, why not do it locally? Support a local business with an expansive selection of just about every kind of gift you can need for whoever you're getting gifts for in your life. Check them out at 521 Allegheny Street in Jersey Shore. Visit them on Facebook and be aware of their expanded Christmas hours, Monday through Tuesday and Thursday through Friday. That's 10 to 5. Saturday they go 9 to 4, and Sunday, that's tomorrow, 11 to 4. Our starting lineups, and for the Jersey Shore Bulldogs are some changes, and changes of the positive variety. Offensively, Cam Allison, the sixth Bulldog to rush for over 1,000 yards in the Tom Gravish era. He's up to 1054 as he surpassed that in the victory over Lampeter Strasburg when he's coming off 21 rushes for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had 6 touchdowns in this postseason run for Jersey Shore, and he's been a stalwart in the backfield. If Jersey Shore operates out of the eye, they'll have Hayden Packer, the sophomore fullback, at 5'10", 190. They'll need him to puncture his way through some slim holes against this beefy line that Thomas Jefferson will bring forth. The wideouts for Jersey Shore, a combination of Owen Anderson, 18 touchdowns for him. He scored one in every single game, including one in the return game, and had a big reception last week. And he also threw the ball last week, as did Brady Jordan, someone who's not officially a starter but can be used as a gadget player, even out of the backfield as a receiver. Let's talk about that for a moment here, Brandon. Owen Anderson, Brady Jordan, we haven't seen him throw the ball much all year. For Jordan, it was his first pass of the year, but they both slung it for over 30 yards last week in the Lampeter-Strasburg game. How does that element throw a defense off?
Well, it takes a versatile player like Brady Jordan and adds another weapon to his arsenal. You know, you're not ready for – usually when you see Owen Anderson out there, you're thinking, okay, they're going to run the ball. Well, then you forget about he's going to pass it. Then you say, oh, okay, we remember Owen Anderson can run and throw the ball. Then – you watch Brady Jordan throw the ball after he runs for another couple yards. So it just adds more pieces that defenses aren't aware of. And what I love about Coach Tom Gravish and what I love about Coach Alex Jackson, the way they run this, they always find ways to keep themselves in defenses in constant, questioning themselves exactly what Shore is going to run.
And it throws a defense off. And what's interesting about this Jersey Shore lineup is that Cam Allison is the bell cow back there. He has 180 rushes on the year, averaging just a shade under 20 carries a game. But they have 3 guys with 8 or more rushing touchdowns, and Hayden Packer not far behind with 6 from his fullback spot. So they can find a variety of ways to run the ball even with the quarterback in Brandon Weary, who's not exactly the most mobile. He hasn't run it for a touchdown this year, and it's not like Tanner Larson at QB last year that had over 1,000 yards on the ground. So it's a different look, but they still have a very capable running game, and that's something that when I spoke to Coach Bill Cherpak on the other side for Thomas Jefferson, who we'll get to in a moment, he said when they watched Jersey Shore last year, it was because they were getting ready for Dallas in the state title game. Shore, of course, lost to Dallas in the semifinals last year. And when he saw them play against Dallas, they were down a lot of points, and he said, that's a team that's going to throw the ball a lot. He was surprised this time around at how multidimensional this Jersey Shore team is. Weary can throw it often. He threw 39 times last week at Lampeter-Strasburg, but they run the ball more than they throw the ball as far as the yardage they accrue, and they can do both very well.
Yeah, and we'll get to my keys to the game later. Those would be one of the reasons why it's so hard to cover Shore. They do so many things at one time, and 1 week they could run the ball 100 sometimes, and next week they can throw it for more than 50 times. So it's another thing that these defenses have to be aware of.
Certainly something to keep an eye out for. So we mentioned Owen Anderson, Dalton Dugan, another senior target. He has a long on the season of 50 yards. His best game, he had 2 touchdowns against Central Mountain back in Week 3. Caden Hess, the reigning All-Stater, had a career game Friday night. 13 grabs, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had been held out of the end zone for 5 straight games, but that streak was snapped and then some against Lampeter-Strasburg. He caught the go-ahead score at the 9:42 mark of the fourth quarter in that one. The O-line for Jersey Shore is where things get changed up a little bit. Kind of. We'll explain. Ben Webb and Lee Springman, the tackles, Eddie Woodring, Joe Lorson, the guards, and Caden Smith handling the duties at the center. But Springman, Brandon, should be a little fresher out on the edge because defensively, Carter Peacock is back, had 2 sacks last week against Lampeter-Strasburg, and it allows Lee Springman, if that holds true, to get some breathers before they head back on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, and that'll be something else I key on later as well when I get to all my keys to the game for sure. But it just brings it's an extra person they could sub in and keep Lee Springman out. It keeps an extra healthy guy. Look, that's why NFL teams are so good. They have people who are specifically set for the offense, people who are specifically set for the defense. And with Lee Springman, only working on offense, he can work with all the rest of those offensive linemen more during the game.
And I do have an update on the ride aside from us. I guess it's the Tilt-A-Whirl, I think is what you call it. I know it's the one that in the Sandlot they come off the ride and they puke their guts out. You watched that movie, Brandon?
I have watched it.
You're familiar with it?
Yeah,
Good.
a little bit.
I'm glad to hear it. It's a staple of my childhood. Defensively for Jersey Shore, Dugan, the defensive end, had a pick 6 last week against Lampeter-Strasburg. It was remarkable, 39 yards to the house. It was during a string of 2 scores within 12 seconds of game time that put Jersey Shore ahead of its opposition, Lampeter-Strasburg. Ben Webb, Colin Samar, Carter Peacock, and Quincy Myers across the rest of the line. Myers, the senior defensive end, he can get after the quarterback pretty well. Hopefully Gabe Packer is in as a starter at linebacker. He got injured in the Crestwood game. He did not play the first half last week against Lampeter-Strasburg, came back in the second half, and in the first half, Shore had Owen Anderson filling his spot at linebacker, and it didn't go well. They gave up 28 points and had real trouble over the top in the passing game. You bring Anderson back to safety, and his physicality helps, and if Packer's able to go, Brandon, next to his brother Hayden at linebacker, that's a huge boost for this defense.
Absolutely. Those two work together like peas in a pot. They know each other so well. It's because they're brothers. Not just brothers on the football field, but brothers in real life, and they work so well together. I've been on the same team with them. They both, generally nice to each other. There's no brother commodity. They're out there to go win a state title, and that's what they're planning on doing tonight.
I think the parents will be proud. The siblings are generally nice to each other. I like that description. In the defensive backfield, Cooper Peacock, the sophomore, came down with a couple picks against Crestwood a few weeks ago. Cam Allison, the other safety, alongside Anderson. And Caden Hess, he might get all-state honors at 2 spots. He has 6 interceptions, 1 pick 6, and you put somebody that offensively can do what he does at receiver defensively, and he can handle that well, then you have a matchup nightmare for the other team.
Yeah, you do, and that's what kind of really sets the tone offensively. It's going to be really hard. I say it every week because it actually happens on the field. They don't go to Caden Hess's side. They don't go in the middle between Owen Anderson and Cam Allison. They'll go over to Cooper Peacock, not because he is a really good corner, but he is the young gun. He's the guy who they're going to go after every single time. So that's a matchup we're going to have to watch for the rest of the game.
And Hess did get an interception last week against the stellar quarterback Sean McTaggart for Lampeter Strasburg, who was a Division I recruit, and Hess picked him off, as did Dugan. Dugan returned his to the house. Thomas Jefferson's lineup, they got Jake Pugh, the senior 5'9", 160 quarterback. Very similar story to Brandon Weary. He backed up an all-stater for a few years, and that is Shane Stump. Stump graduates, as did Lorson for Jersey Shore, and in comes him, Pugh, and Pugh is able to pass for 24 touchdowns, 7 picks this year, completing over 61% of his passes and over 1,700 yards. And he's someone that Coach Bill Chirpak says if he's starting at any other school, he's a 2 to 3 year starter. Could very well make that case for Weary as well elsewhere. But Pugh is here leading this offense. Backfield, Connor Murga gets the most yardage on this team, but has slightly less carries than Dayron Van Bibber. Murga, 6'1", 178, a junior. Van Bibber, 6 foot, 175, a senior. Big backs, that size could be tough for Jersey Shore to counteract. The fullback, Isaac Eckley, checks in at 5'11", 180, a junior for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, who are 9-1. Their tight end position, they've had to go to a backup as their returning all-conference player is senior Jack Connick tore his ACL in the McKeesport loss to close out the regular season, but when you have a backup that's 6'4", 227, you might be all right. Jordan Mayer has done just that. Transferred in from Ringgold, and that's another area school out in western Pennsylvania. And he doesn't catch that many balls, only 1 for 22 yards thus far, but he's a massive target if you get him out there. And then, of course, blocking-wise, that's someone that could be a problem. The receivers, it's the duo of Preston Zandier, who is set to play Division I football at Youngstown State next year, and Ian Hansen, who has afterburners and then some. Although he's a little banged up, he missed some games, and his coach says he's not at 100% right now. That's what he told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette earlier this year, a few weeks back, but 5'7", 165. He gets out in space. The two account for 74% of the team's production in the receiving game. The O-line, left to right, Nicholas Bryan, junior. Jacob Krosick, senior. That's 6'3", 250, 6'4", 265, respectively. Nicholas Trainer, 6 foot, 200, senior. Him and Krosick, returning all conference players. Albie Brysinger, 6'2", 250, a senior at right guard. And right tackle Owen Meyer, 6 foot, 250, a junior. When we talk about the size of this line, Brandon, there it is, laid out in front of you. These kids are big and they're tough.
Yeah, they are. And, it's probably the biggest line they're going to see all year long, other than the side of Central Mountain, which they had a huge line. But just not only that, but said the difference between those two lines is Central Mountain, not really fast. They're not really, conditioned well. This team is. These linemen have been in the system before Pugh became the starting quarterback. They ran a little bit faster. I did the stats on that. They run about 2 minutes slower this year than they did last year per play. So those offense linemen they'll know how to keep their agility, keep their speed, and I don't expect them to be really tired out as much as Shore usually likes to do.
Central Mountain had a lineman yak on the side of the field when they played the Bulldogs at Thompson Street Stadium. I don't think that's happening for any of these Thomas Jefferson guys, and if one does, they have a lot of bullets left in the chamber, so to speak. They have a lot of guys that can fill those spots. Their kicking game is handled by two different guys. Andrew Graham, who does most of the kickoffs, and he's done some extra points, but the majority of the extra points, and they've each taken a field goal, him and Jack Sella. Graham also does the punting for the Jaguars. Defensively, they play a 4-3-4. Jordan Mayer and Connor Murga are the defensive ends. Seth Liebram and Nick Bryan are in the interior of that four-man front. Linebackers Eckley, who leads the team by a wide margin in tackles with 63. That's well over double than anybody else on the team. He gets in there and makes plays. Zandier, who's set to play linebacker at Youngstown State, making him a very good player. And his older brother Zane is the starting linebacker at Virginia right now. McLean Flynn is the other backer, a junior. He also factors into the receiving game a little bit. The DBs, Dayron Van Bibber and Rex Miller, a senior, both seniors, are the cornerbacks. Hansen, we talked about him, the speedster. He's one of the safeties, as is Joe Lexi, who's the backup quarterback for Jake Pugh, and he plays center field back there. Hansen had 8 picks in 2019 on that championship run. This year, he has a couple. and he's somebody that certainly you don't want to throw the ball near. Let's go to our pregame interview with Jersey Shore head football coach Tom Gravish, and then we'll come back to Hershey because we're not too far away from game time. Jersey Shore, Thomas Jefferson in the state finals in Quad A. The Bulldogs looking for their first ever state championship. Thomas Jefferson trying for their 5th under the reign of 26th-year head coach Bill Cherpak. We're coming back to Hershey in a few minutes with my conversation with Coach Gravish here on our Penton Automotive pregame show on the Bear Country Sports Network.
You're probably not ready for winter, but we are. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service has been a Jersey Shore fixture since 1950. Hollick's is known for its fast and reliable service. We provide coal, heating oil, kerosene, mixed kerosene, and off-road diesel. 5 different sizes of coal, all stored under roof for the highest quality. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, and online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
Schweitzer's Auto Sales offers fair prices and superior service, and they make it easy to find the sedan, SUV, or light truck that you want with their virtual showroom. Available anytime online at schweitzerauto.com. Look through their selection, then come in for a test drive. 321 North Main Street, Jersey Shore, 570-398-4216.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection for you and your family. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from Erie Insurance. Available from your local Erie agent, Figure Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 56 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. 570-748-3570. Get a free quote. Figure Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
The Bear, WQBR.
Pre-game interview with Jersey Shore head coach Tom Gravish getting set for the state championship game. Coach, you're here at Hersheypark Stadium. What was that moment like getting off the bus knowing you're here?
Well, it was one of our check boxes for a goal for the year. You know, here we are, last check box. And, we talked a little bit about it. We've showed imagery of it, all the way back in some of those Zoom meetings, etc. This is where our destination, where we wanted to end it, but we want to end it with, a gold medal.
Coach Gravish here with me pregame. What's the focus level of your team like today?
Well, so far so good. We off to a great start with arrival at Jersey Shore Middle School with departure, etc. We just got to now take it onto the field.
And you're playing a team that's the reigning state champs, a team that's accomplished a whole lot, just like you guys have. What do you make of the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars?
Well, they're well coached with Coach Hersheypark. You know what I mean? He's an icon out in the WPIAA. And, they've been here quite a few times, and we look forward to matching up with them this afternoon.
Coach Tom Gravish joins us pregame, kickoff coming in a little while here on the Bear Country Sports Network. You talk about this Jaguars team. The lines really stand out to them. How do you counteract that size they have up front?
I think we have to do what we've been doing all year. We've been going against big lines, bigger than us. They're very big, and they're also extremely athletic. So we have to do with what we're coached to do. Fit in there with our run fits, where their linebackers are supposed to do, funnel the football inside, nobody getting outside, and then our secondary piecing in on those run fits as well. But they're a great running football team, as they are a passing team.
Coach Tom Gravish joins us pregame. Finally, Coach, it's what you play for. What would this mean for the program if you can capture this?
It'd be just fantastic, but we're just trying to win this championship to complete a perfect season, bring home the gold, and then we can analyze just how much it means to us. But I know it would mean a lot.
We'll let you go take care of business, Coach. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pre-game rolls are on momentarily here on The Bear.
Call 570-753-5722. TLC Fuels, a family-owned business since 1998, serving residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. Fuel oil, diesel, and gasoline, hard coal. TLC Fuels, dedicated to providing friendly, satisfying service to all other customers. TLC Fuels, proud to be a supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. 570-753-5722. 5722.
Mama's home cooking has never tasted so good. Go to KUTZAS Kitchen, 318 Wilson Street in Jersey Shore for homemade soups, oil, deli sides, baked goods, and more. KUTZAS cheesesteaks will have you hooked. Fudge season is just around the corner, too. All of this at reasonable prices. 570-398-8180 for your takeout order. KUTZAS Kitchen, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 8. KUTZAS Kitchen, Mama's homemade goodness. Go Bulldogs.
B.A. Meixel is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing north central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to bearcountrygoodnews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
Starting lineups being announced here at Hersheypark Stadium. The teams will then check onto the field. Jersey Shore in the road orange and black. They were supposed to be the road team, and they are, but the Bulldogs thought they were the home team. That wasn't, I guess, made clear to the coaching staff, so they show up in the home jerseys, and Jersey Shore will have the orange and black. The color schemes are different enough to where you can make the distinction just fine, both from our vantage point and from the stands. Thomas Jefferson in the black jerseys with the yellow on there for the Jaguars. So that's the jersey situation when these teams come out of their respective locker rooms momentarily. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you from Hersheypark Stadium in the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's where the state title games are played here in the state of Pennsylvania. Brandon went through our lineups, took a little bit of a glimpse into these teams. Let's take a deeper dive while we have some time here. For you, what will be the keys to the game?
Well, we'll start offensively for Jersey Shore, and that's going to be the quick passes outside to Caden Hess and quick passes to Dalton Dugan on the other side. Get the ball out of Brandon Weir's hand when they pass the ball out very quickly. The other one's going to be get Owen in. They're going to get Owen Anderson on the mismatch whenever they can. Get him out open space. That wheel route works perfectly for him. Twice they've run it in 2 weeks, and they scored on it both times. So very effective play, and they don't use it that often. They only use it in certain situations. So it's something that they're going to have to keep going. They also got to keep with the quick tempo. They got to stay fast and keep Thomas Jefferson on their toes. And they've got to keep with the outside runs to Allison on there. Defensively for Thomas Jefferson on the other side of the ball, they're going to have to pressure Brandon Weary as much as they can and get the ball out of his hands as quickly as possible. Try to disrupt his timing and not try to get the ball as quickly to Caden Hess as they want to. And they got to get angles on their tackles. I watched one of their films from the other week, and they just do a not too great job defensively wrapping up and making tackles. That's a big concerning thing, especially when you get Owen Anderson, the Swiss Army knife, out in space. He knows how to make people miss, and a lot of these Shore players do as well. Also, they got to play a little bit more zone coverage. They like to play man-to-man, but they got to play more zone coverage in it, and they've got to come up and make those tackles as well. Offensively for Thomas Jefferson, they got to keep with their big O-line. They got to run the ball very fast. Keep using their big O-line to their advantage. Keep Shore's defenders back. Guys like Carter Peacock, Quincy Myers, and Dalton Dugan out of the backfield. Lee Springman, all of them out of the backfield. They're going to have accurate passes, and they've got to try to slow down the pace as much as they can on their side of the ball. And defensively for sure, their linebackers need to make tackles, whether it be Gabe Packer or be Owen Anderson up there. They got to set the tone. They got to go make the second-level tackles because this offense line is going to get their running backs into the secondary. They just got to be able to execute and make tackles.
First day game for Jersey Shore. I can't remember a time when I've covered this team, and this is my third year doing so, where they've played a game during the day hours. Last year's state semifinal game against Dallas started a little on the early side. It was a 6 o'clock start as opposed to a 7 o'clock start, but I wouldn't necessarily count that. It's a different timing of the game. It's the 3:34 mark, and the Bulldogs come out in the orange jerseys, black pants, orange and white stripes on the side, and Thomas Jefferson out of the northeast end of the stadium. They do the same. TJ in the black frame on the jerseys. They have the yellow stripes on the side and the orange and black letters and numbers on there for the Jaguars. So we'll have the opening kick coming very shortly. You're listening to our Penton Automotive pregame show, an AC Delco full-service auto repair shop. Find them at 579 Old Route 220 Highway in Jersey Shore, and be sure to visit pentonautomotive.com or call them at 570-215-9262. We'll have Anthem, and then we will have the kickoff. We're almost ready. The rides are humming here at Hershey, and the football field is about to have the 4A state title game, and we'll have the broadcast for you of it here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Looks like it'll be a harsh winter. Why else would CVS have snow shovels and ice melt for sale already? Time to visit Terry's Coal & Wood Stoves in Jersey Shore. Serving Bear Country for the last 41 years, new owner Kyle's bringing his education and many years of expertise to provide you with honest solutions and quality service. Terry's, the place to go for American-made stoves. Visit Terry's Coal & Wood Stoves, Bastrop Street in Jersey Shore. 570-398-2199. Find them online, terryscoalandwoodstoves.com.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp? McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-4090. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
Want to sell your house? Want to buy a house? Then call the Dave Winkleman team at First Choice Real Estate in Jersey Shore. Dave's a graduate of Jersey Shore High School. He and his wife Jen live in South Avis and the parents of 7 children. So you know the Dave Winkleman team is motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-295-4422. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will be sold in 90 days. Dave Winkleman team at First Choice Realty in Jersey Shore. Ready to serve you. 570-295-4422.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Now open, the Jersey Shore home of Ready Treddy, K&W Tire and the Old Stouts Pro Auto on Main Street. Providing full service for cars and light trucks, K&W Tire Jersey Shore stocks Cooper, Falcon, Hankook, and 4 other tire brands. Special orders available. Family owned and operated K&W Tire, now open in Jersey Shore, 335 North Main Street. Appointments preferred, walk-ins available, 570-865-5315. K&W Tire. We do tires and more.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Downtown Lock Haven Inc. invites you to ring in the holiday season with our series of Small Business Saturdays in December. Over 35 businesses are part of this special effort to encourage you to shop downtown and help our community grow. Stop at the Downtown Lock Haven office for a map of participating businesses, then visit our stores, ask about the shopping passport, your ticket to win free prizes. Small Business Saturdays, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. Shop Downtown Lock Haven this holiday season. This ad funded through CBDG Cares.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, Avis Williamsport State College, 99.9 FM.
Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. It's the state title game in the Quad A bracket. Jersey Shore looking for its first ever PIAA title. They'll have to knock off the reigning champs, Thomas Jefferson. The Thomas Jefferson Jaguars come out in the black home jerseys with the yellow stripes along the sides, black pants with the yellow stripes hanging down there. Shore in the home orange. Yes, I said home twice. Jersey Shore accidentally brought its home jerseys thinking they were the home team. I guess it wasn't made clear to the Bulldogs as they return first, but no worries. The color schemes don't mix up too much. Shore has the black pants, orange and white stripes along the side, black letters and numbers. Jersey Shore will return the kickoff from the south end zone on the right side. They have Owen Anderson near the left sideline to return at the left hash marks. Cam Allison out on the right. This kickoff comes courtesy of our kickoff sponsor, Deja Vu. Do your Christmas shopping at 256 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore, Wednesday through Saturday, 9:30 to 5:30. We appreciate their sponsorship greatly. Jersey Shore will try to execute in the return game something it's done awfully well. A couple near 30-yard returns in the semifinal game against Lampeter Strasburg last Friday. Kicker here for Thomas Jefferson is Graham, Andrew Graham, the sophomore. Also does the punting. He does most of the kickoffs, and he'll try to do it here. Approaches, right foot popped in the air. This title game is underway. Ball flutters to the right hash marks of the 10. Allison hands to Anderson, cuts up the right sideline, 20, 25, 30 on the move across the 40. Outside the numbers at midfield. He bursts by Graham. An ankle tackle gets him just past the 35 of Thomas Jefferson. But man, oh man, Owen Anderson's longest return of the year puts the Bulldogs in business deep in Thomas Jefferson territory.
Yeah, way to start off the game there. That's perfectly how they want to execute it. Get Owen Anderson out in space, use the fake, and got him out in space, and what a great return there for us. We see Quincy Myers will start at tight end here for sure.
Shore alternates at tight ends. Quincy Meyer was used. Connor Davis also in at tight end, a two tight end set. Davis in on the left side, offset I, 1st and 10. 33 of Thomas Jefferson. Weary takes the snap, rolls right, pumps once, lofts it up the right sideline into traffic, nearly intercepted at the back right side, but incomplete. The safety Lexi had a beat on it, and the ball sailed over Hess's head. 2nd and 10, Jersey Shore. The Bulldogs start at the 33 of Thomas Jefferson after the 57-yard Owen Anderson return. And back on the ball they go, opening minute of the state title game. From the right hash of the 33, Hess in motion to the left side, only receiver there. Pitch left, Allison scurries in the backfield, nowhere to go. He's yanked down, and a dog file forms on top of him back at the 37. Loss of 4. The Jaguar defense converges to set up 3rd and long, Jersey Shore.
Yeah, that was perfect execution there by the defense of the Jaguars, just able to swarm to the tackles, got the angles on their tackles. One of the keys, I said, to the game, and they were able to get a big second down stop.
Call it 3rd and 13 at the 36 near the left hash. Anderson charges right to join 2 other receivers. Weary takes the snap, lofts it right. Anderson outside the numbers of the 30, tries to juke a guy, but he's chopped down at about the 26. 10-yard gain, needed 13, 4th and 3. Clearly a go-for-it situation as Van Bibber made the stop.
Yeah, what a great play there. Got a little wheel route out to the outside. Owen Anderson got him matched up to a linebacker, used his speed to the outside, got just enough to make it 4th and manageable.
Jersey Shore with the ball opening minute. 0-0 game after the 57-yard return on the opening kickoff. 3 receivers left. Hess, the low man to the right, the all-state receiver. And he may have gone first. A flag jumps. He's matched up on the right side with Daron Van Viver. And one of the moves, Hess claps his hands in frustration and marked the Jersey Shore Bulldogs back 5 yards. That one kills, Brandon. You take 4th and 3 at the 26 to now 4th and 8 at the 31.
Yeah, it changes exactly what you're going to call up here. Still going to go for it, I believe, but changes up exactly what you're going to run here. And Caden Hess just got a little too nervous there.
Crisp late autumn day. Roller coasters in the background here at Hershey. 4th and 8, 31 of Thomas Jefferson. Weary takes the shotgun snap, lobs it near side, incomplete outside the numbers of the 20. The ball came loose. Dugan tried to scrape it up off the turf, but he cannot. Turnover on downs. Thomas Jefferson gets a stab at it after being able to avoid any damage after the big Bulldog kickoff return.
Yeah, and that was great pressure there by Connor Merger at the outside. Blitzed the linebacker and was able to get pressure on Brandon Where he just didn't get enough on the ball to make it to Dalton Dugan and made a 4th down stop.
Both explosive offenses. Jersey Shore averaging over 42 a game. Thomas Jefferson, 41.5 a game. The Jake Pugh-led offense comes out. They ground and pound the ball. That's what 26th-year head coach Bill Cherpak says his team likes to do. First and 10 on 31, 10:34 to go first quarter. First drive for Thomas Jefferson. I formation at the left hash mark. Pugh, hand off to the deep back. Murga squibs his way through the middle, slithers all the way up to the 40, and he's inches shy of the first down marker. And that's a whole 1 yard, they'll say he's back. They put him at the 40, need to get it across the 41 for 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that's a big run there on first down there. Got it to 2nd and manageable. That's exactly what Thomas Jefferson needs to do all game long. They need to be able to use their offensive line and power that Bulldogs defense in the backfield.
And they quickly get back on it. Left hash of the 40 for 2nd and 1. Quick snap. Handoff. Van Bibber chops his way through the middle, and he slips and slides to the 44 for a first down for Thomas Jefferson, and they move the sticks.
Yeah, that's a quick, easy play there. Just power it up to the inside, get a first down out of it.
And they huddle, and they're moving pretty good pace here. Under 10 to play first quarter. Jersey Shore's 5-2 front. Gave up 28 first-half points last week, and then settled down in the second against Lampeter Strasburg in the state semis. Here in the state finals, a place Jersey Shore's never been, they'll try to clamp down. First and 10, Thomas Jefferson at midfield, or rather the 44 on their own side, left to right. Between the hashes, in the eye, Pugh, snap, handoff, Van Bibber, he's smothered, backed up behind the 40. 4 Bulldogs pounce on him, and it looked like Hayden Packer was one of the first to make contact with him from his linebacker spot and lose a few yards for 2nd and long.
Yeah, Hayden Packer, but also I saw Carter Peacock as well. Excited to have him back here, especially fresh and healthy in the state championship game.
Peacock, the junior defensive lineman, only played the first 2 games, suffered a big injury, thought he'd be out for the year, came back last week, and excited to have his presence up front. Mark him at the 43 for 2nd and 11 for Jefferson, between the hashes. Pugh takes the snap out of the eye, pass batted down left side of the line. Myers and Samar link arms. They converge on the stop. 3rd and 11, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, great pressure there on the inside there. Carter Peacock made a little bit of a move, got his hands up, and they were able to bat it. Quincy Myers got his hands up, rather, able to bat the ball down. This is where Shore, throughout the season, let's go back and talk about it, they've been able to get teams 3rd and long, not manageable enough to get a first down here, so they got to play great coverage.
McLean Flynn lines up as the wide left receiver. 2 to the right, the duo of Hanson and Zandier. Pugh from the gun takes the snap, lob over the middle. Hanson is there, gets a hand on it, but can't haul it in around the 30. It was a lob a little too fast for the streaking Ian Hanson, and if he caught it, he was up the hash marks all the way to pay dirt, but incomplete. 4th down for Thomas Jefferson. They'll punt it from their own 43.
Yeah, and one of the things last week that happened between Shore and Lampeter Strasburg, Strasburg did a really good job passing the ball, but every time they had an open play, it was just a little bit too far.
They're lined up like they'll go for it, but Pugh punts more often than he doesn't. You would expect them to pooch punt it here, and that's exactly what they'll do. Jake Pugh chops it up the right sideline, hightails around the 20, takes a friendly bounce for the home team, Thomas Jefferson, but caught by Anderson back inside the 10. He tries a return, and he's muscled down at the 9. Not ideal. Jersey Shore backed up deep. Wonderful special teams for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, that was a nice special teams play there, but not a great decision there by Owen Anderson. Should have let it go. At the worst, it might have rolled down to the 15. It might have rolled down to the 10, but you took a big risk there trying to get Owen Anderson. But still, Shore's got the football back on offense.
Usually we talk about Dalton Dugan being the risk taker there in the special teams game, but it's Anderson there. The gamble doesn't pay off. First and 10, 09, Jersey Shore, second drive of the game, scoreless. From the eye, handoff, Allison bobbles the handoff, but retrieves it, and back to the line is all he'll get. He was roped up in the backfield. A few guys were there. Looked to be Murga, who is in on the tackle for no gain, 2nd and 10 at the 9. Jersey Shore quickly back on it. Anderson, the left side receiver. Hess on the right. Packer, the fullback. Weary takes the snap. Bootleg right. Pressure. Flag. He swung down near the goal line. The defense calls for a safety. They don't give it to him. But inside the 1 is where Brandon Weary was thrown to the turf here in Hershey. That's a big loss for the Bulldogs to bring up 3rd and about 18.
Yeah, great pressure on the outside there. They were able to just power by the left tackle and get a sack down. They're very close to the safety. And one thing to know, it's actually not Hayden Packer back there. It is Quincy Myers back at fullback, maybe saving Hayden Packer more for defense.
That is a good note, Brandon, and that means Connor Davis will play more tight end for Jersey Shore today. 4 minutes gone by, first quarter. Nobody scored, but Jersey Shore backed up 3rd and 18 at their own 1 here in the title game. Waiting for the official signal. Jersey Shore will line up quickly and try to make something out of this bad field situation. Myers, the fullback, in the offset eye. Allison, the deep back. Anderson, the left side receiver. Hess on the right. Weary takes the snap, lobs it up the left side, looking for Anderson. Can't haul it in around the 25. Tough angle. He was matched up with Rex Miller. Got his hands on the ball, but couldn't bring it into the jersey. It's incomplete. And the punt unit comes out for Jersey Shore, backed up near its own goal line.
Yeah, one thing to note is it's really hard to throw the ball this direction. The wind is actually going straight at Brandon Weary, so he's trying to put as much muscle as he can on this ball, but it's going to be very hard to catch those kind of footballs.
Anderson does the punting. He probably touches the ball more than any other Jersey Shore player. Near his own end zone, receives the snap. Low punt, caught at the 30 of Jersey Shore. And on the move, it's Zandier across the 20, breaks a tackle, muscles his way to the 15. Down there is where this Thomas Jefferson team will start its second drive of the game. Nobody scored yet, but with 7:41 to go in the first quarter, TJ might break the ice on this one.
Yeah, they might, and this is the first time this year Shore, one of the couple times this year, Shore has actually allowed a team to start in their own territory. Start in Shore's territory. So very interesting to see how this defense readjusts to that.
The defending state champs go left to right. 1st and 10, approaching the south end zone. In the eye, it's a handoff. Here goes Morga, backs his way to the 10, stays on his feet, and lunges across near the 9. That's about 6 yards for him to make it 2nd and medium here for this Thomas Jefferson team near the Jersey Shore goal line.
Yeah, and they've just got to keep their pressure up there. You got to be careful with the run. Don't be shocked if they don't go play action here for Thomas Jefferson and have a tight end in the back of the end zone.
Jersey Shore, the massive kick return of 57 yards, but has had nothing else go their way in this first quarter. 2nd and 4, TJ at the Shore 9. Right hash in the eye. Zandier in motion to the left, joins Hansen that side. Handoff Murga again, off right guard, and he's tackled at the ankles. Carter Peacock makes his presence felt. Couple more yards, and let's give him 3 to make it 3rd and 1 from inside the Shore 8.
Yeah, this is where Thomas Jefferson needs to be all game long. He needs to be at 3rd and manageable. Don't worry about them situations where you get 3rd and long here, and just use your powerful offensive line.
Take Hansen off the field. This is a short yardage situation with 3rd and 1 from around the 6. 6:30 and counting first quarter. Thomas Jefferson 9-1, Shore 10-0. Handoff from the eye. It's Murga, goes left side and leans over the pile. He has a first down across the 5, down near the 4, the 3. 2 or 3 yards for Connor Murga, the junior back, and goal to go for Thomas Jefferson around the Shore 3.
Yeah, this is a nice setup here for Shore, though. Even though it's a 1st and goal, there's no yardstick. There's no you're trying to make a defensive stop here. You're just trying to keep them out of the end zone. That's what Shore's defense is going to try to do.
This ground and pound Pittsburgh area football is advertised for the WPIAL winners. 1st and goal from the 3, Thomas Jefferson. Right hash mark. Pugh checks out this 5-man front. Shore shows blitz. Murga the tailback. Zandier to the right. Handoff, Murga, left side, tripped up, leans for the play, and he has a touchdown. Connor Murga, the first to score in this one, and Thomas Jefferson is up 6-0. 5:56 to go, first quarter, state title game.
Yeah, just straight power football. Didn't he have to throw the ball at all? Able to get Murga on the inside run and then get an easy touchdown.
So Jersey Shore gets overpowered. Connor Murga finds the end zone for the 13th time this year. And the PAT will be taken by Sella here. Pugh the holder. Mayer the long snap. It's down, and the operation is clean as the ball boinks off the stancha here in the south end zone at Hersheypark Stadium. 5:56 to go first quarter. Jersey Shore gets its 3rd drive of the game, and Bulldog fans hope it won't be like the first 2. Back on the Bear right after this here from Hersheypark Stadium in the state title game.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp? McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-4090. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Only the 4th team to have a lead on Jersey Shore at any point this year. This is the 11th game, and Jersey Shore finds itself down 7-0 against Thomas Jefferson in the state title game. 5:56 to go first quarter. third drive of the game for Jersey Shore upcoming. That's our read courtesy of Jersey Shore State Bank, our scoreboard sponsor. We appreciate their support. Visit jssb.com for more info on their products and services. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. Jersey Shore to attempt a kickoff return right to left. After this TV timeout concludes, Thomas Jefferson punched it in with Connor Murga's 3-yard run after Jersey Shore was backed up inside their own 1 and gave Thomas Jefferson field position at about the 15. What does Jersey Shore need to do here, Brandon, to muster up a good drive?
Well, first of all, they got to get another great return here, or at least a manageable one, get about to the 35, 40-yard line, and then just try to run the ball with Allison as much as they can. I know it's going to be hard. This is a very powerful defensive line for Thomas Jefferson, but, use your agility and use your elusiveness to try to get past these defenders.
Andrew Graham, the sophomore, on to kick it off. He'll approach. Jersey Shore had a 57-yard kickoff return on the opening return of the game. Allison on the right side, Anderson on the left. Anderson was the one that took that return. It's kicked towards the right. Allison accepts it at his own 8 on the move, just keeps it himself up the left side across the 15, 20 up the middle, 20 breaks a tackle, 25 outside the hash marks near the 30, tossed out a play around the 29 at the sideline near the PIAA logo, out near the right sideline, Jersey Shore to go right to left around the 30.
Yeah, and that was a great return there. That's exactly what I said they needed to do. They needed to stay out, being in negative territory or at least close to the goal line. And Shore is going to set up here with good field position to start out.
Can they move the ball, though? No first downs for Jersey Shore at this point.
And we got a face mask here by Thomas Jefferson.
Didn't catch that. Thank you, Brandon Barker. And that brings the ball to the 35 at the right hash mark. So Jersey Shore gets about 5 yards closer. 1st and 10, right hash of the 35 in the shotgun. Weary inside handoff. Allison smothered at the line and is tossed aside there for no gain. A pile of 3 or 4 Jaguars get on top of him. Nicholas Bryan, Seth Lieberman and company all clogged up the middle for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and look, there's been a couple times Cameron Allison has open holes, but the last time he had one, he almost fumbled the handoff, so they got to be able to find those holes again.
Shotgun again, 4 receivers set. Allison to the right hip of Weary. Takes the low snap, gathers, throws, Dugan over the middle, caught at the 40, and angles his way to the 43, and then he gets blown up with a flag coming at the end of the play. Hansen decked him, and that might be a hit to the head, and that'll bring it across midfield.
That's going to be an interesting call here. If this is targeting, this could possibly be an ejection, and they might lose their starting safety out there in backfield. But what a great catch by Dalton Dugan, by the way. That was able to hold on to it and just bring it in. That was just a great play.
For now, we're looking at 7 yards. And they do call the personal foul, and that is hurtful to Thomas Jefferson, beneficial to Jersey Shore. A 7-yard hookup now brings the Bulldogs up further when the chain crew will bring this across midfield for a first down and take advantage of the penalty. Why not? 5:08 mark of the first quarter. Jersey Shore back on Thomas Jefferson's side of the field, down 7-0. At the 42, they go quickly from between the hashes. Weary with 2 left. Dugan and Anderson to the left. Screen pass right to Cooper Peacock and incomplete. The slot receiver Peacock couldn't hang on to it near the 50. It's 2nd and 10 from the 42.
Yeah, and that was just a great design there, but Cooper Peacock just couldn't hold on to it, and that's an unfortunate play, but you got to shake it off and go to the next play. And just want to make a quick note, these referees are from all different districts, so this is the best of the best crew.
Get the best of the best for the big game. William J. McHale is our referee for tonight's game, and have a whole crew to assist him. 2nd and 10, 42 at Thomas Jefferson for Jersey Shore. Weary options Allison to his left hip. Takes the snap back at the 50, unloads left side at the numbers of the 30. Anderson brings it in, and then he's pressed backwards. Should have enough for a first down, and he does. Hansen on the tackle, and that's a gain of 12.
Yeah, that's 2 of their keys right there that happened for sure offensively. They got the quick pass out, and they got Owen Anderson on a mismatch. Already starting out very well for this offense on the second drive.
Mark him at the 32. Only needed 10. They get 10. 1st and 10, Jersey Shore, right to left. Left hash of the 32. Weary to take the snap as Anderson in the left side slot. Motions right. Give it to him on the jet sweep and tugged down at the left side. He had nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and McLean Flynn blasts that play up for negative yardage back to about the 38. Make it 2nd and call that about 16 from there.
Yeah, great awareness there by Flynn to go into the inside there, get the blitz, and wrap Owen Anderson up at his ankles and get him down for the tackle. I'll tell you what, that was a pretty impressive trip.
2nd and 16 from the 38 of Thomas Jefferson. Anderson again to the right side, takes on the jet sweep, looks to pass, he does, and throws a knuckleball over the middle, incomplete. Bounced at the 30. He had 3 or 4 guys there pressuring him, and one of the players is momentarily down for Thomas Jefferson, but he hops right back to his feet.
That was Connor Murga.
It was Murga, the defensive end. All good there health-wise, but down in distance, not great for Jersey Shore. 3rd and 16 at the 38. Empty backfield, 4 to the right. Allison, as well as receivers Anderson and Hess, now a line back on the left. Allison in the backfield. Weary to the snap, takes it, time in the pocket, over the middle, unloads incomplete. Too high for Dugan, who was covered up nicely around the 20. Incomplete pass and punt unit out for Jersey Shore. 4th and 16, down 7-0, 4:01 to go first quarter at the Thomas Jefferson 38.
Yeah, that was a bad read there by Brandon Worry. He had pressure in his face, which is what Thomas Jefferson needs to do. Keep Brandon Worry from looking for those great passes, but he had Caden Hess wide open in the middle of the field.
Hanson, the lone return man. He stands at his own 10. Anderson takes the snap, punts it away, angles it right side. It touches down at the 12, and Jersey Shore is able to gather it around the 7. Looks like Brady Jordan was the guy down there. No, Cooper Peacock and Jordan were both in the area. Peacock made contact with that ball. And inside their own 10, Thomas Jefferson up a touchdown, gets its 4th drive of the first quarter.
Yeah, first of all, this is going really fast for both of these teams. Already on the 4th drive for Thomas Jefferson, so already exceeding one of my keys, which was slow down the pace, but actually it's working well for them. They're kind of balancing both of them. So, but Shore here now has got an opportunity. Thomas Jefferson back behind their own goal, back by their own goal line. See if they can key in on the run here and be careful for the play action pass because it is coming here eventually.
Murga had a 3-yard touchdown on the last drive. 1st and 10 from their own 9 for the reigning state champs. Pew under center in the eye. Handoff. Murga tries to zigzag, but he's cut down around the 11, and he is brought down by Carter Peacock. Peacock was down there, and he got some help as well from that 5-man front. Maybe a gain of 1 for 2nd and 9, and 2nd and 7, rather. They'll call it at the 12. He got a little more forward than thought.
Yeah, and that was a nice tackle there by Carter Peacock. You know, get him down wherever you can. Look, this is a 3-yard gain, but that's more manageable than giving a 7 or 8-yard gain. So great tackle there by Carter Peacock.
Across the line for Shore, left to right. Myers, Webb, Samar. And then on the right side, Jersey Shore able to bring Peacock and then Dugan. Roll out right on 2nd and 7. Pugh lobs right side, hung on to outside the numbers of the 20 for a first down. That is the Division I player, Preston Zandier. He's on his way to Youngstown State, and he hauls it in at the 23 for a gain of 11 and a new set of chains.
Yeah, coached by former Nebraska head coach Bo Pelini out there at Youngstown State. I visited there once. Great program. Great to see him out there.
Well, Pelini is actually now the defensive coordinator back at LSU, but he was there.
Yeah.
Great FCS program. You're not wrong. Playing for the Penguins. 1st and 10 on 23 for Thomas Jefferson. Right hash in the eye. Pugh, handoff. Murga right side gets through a hole and slides his way up to the 28. Gain of 5. Tough running from Connor Murga. Choppy steps make it 2nd and 5 for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, just short, choppy steps. That's how you run up into the inside. You use your power to keep carrying people with you. And again, you know, they're doing what they need to. They're just getting short, choppy stuff. They're not going for the big gun. They're not going down deep. They're just going for the short stuff.
Down to 2 and change in the first quarter. Jersey Shore down a touchdown. 2nd and 6, zone 27. Quick snap from the eye. Pugh, handoff Murga, nothing doing at the left side. Hole was plugged up by Owen Anderson, and then Gabe Packer from his safety spot, but he comes up limping and calls for assistance as he rushes to the sideline. That's a bad sign for Jersey Shore, as that's their starting linebacker. And in comes Brady Jordan. It's 3rd and 5 at their own 28 after the short Murga run, and that Owen Anderson plays the left side at linebacker with Packer on the right.
Yeah, let's watch out here quickly. If maybe they target the tight end out there by Brady Jordan.
1 in the backfield. It's Murga to the right hip of Pugh. 3 to the left. Pugh, keeper, nothing doing. Tripped up at the 29. Jersey Shore has Anderson, who else, in there to make the ankle tackle. Only a gain of 1 for the quarterback, and 3 and out, or rather, no, they did get a first down, but a quick punt coming for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, it is, and that was absolutely a nice tackle there by Owen Anderson. Look, they had Brady Jordan spread out wide, so Owen Anderson can go in there and make a nice tackle.
and they will punt it away. Well, no, they have Pugh there lined up to take it, and he does go for it on fourth down, lob it right side. Hansen makes the catch outside the numbers of the 30. First down around the 35. Brutal for Jersey Shore. Last time Pugh did the pooch punt out of that same formation. This time they went for it inside their own 30. Talk about the stones of Coach Bill Cherpak. He went for it, and his team can chew more clock down to a minute to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it just looks like every time they snap the ball, like they're not ready, but they're ready at the same time. It's like it's so hard to kind of notice when they're going to throw the ball, but they're doing it with perfection.
First and 10, new set of downs, Jaguars. 35 of their own side from the right hash. From the shotgun, Pugh, lob over the middle, has Hansen caught inside the 40 and races up to the 30 before Cam Allison flattens him there. Massive gain. That's about 35 yards and a first down here for the Jaguars.
Yeah, they went after Cameron Allison, who's got speed, but Hansen's got a little bit more quick speed, and they threw it down there. Perfect ball by Pugh and got a first down out of it.
Mark him at the 31. That's 34 yards on the hookup. Ian Hansen, he's a little banged up, but healthy enough to make that grab in traffic. First and 10 at the 31 of Jersey Shore after the long ball. I formation. Pugh takes the snap, rolls right, nothing doing, towards the sideline, tries to sling one in, incomplete. Batted down by Cooper Peacock, intended for Zandier, couldn't catch it below the knees. Second and 10 at the 31.
Yeah, now we see Thomas Jefferson going more passing instead of running the ball, and just kind of catching the Shore defense off guard. But Shore's starting to catch on here real quickly.
Two backup quarterbacks for these big runs these teams have had. Thomas Jefferson, the reigning state champs, of course, and Jake Pugh served as the backup to Shane Stump, an all-stater. Jersey Shore's Brandon Weary did so to the 4A Player of the Year, Tanner Lorson. Second and 10 at the 31 from the eye. It's Murga on the handoff, off right tackle, blasted at the 29, gains a few. And on the bottom of that pile, Jersey Shore has Quincy Myers. His helmet pops off, and he'll have to check out for a play. And the first quarter ends on that note. Connor Davis rushes to get a helmet on, and he'll have the next snap for Jersey Shore defensively at left defensive end. But the first quarter ends, Thomas Jefferson 7. These Jersey Shore dynamic offense held to nothing. Back to Hershey. Second quarter on the horizon here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
You're probably not ready for winter, but we are. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service has been a Jersey Shore fixture since 1950. Hollick's is known for its fast and reliable service. We provide coal, heating oil, kerosene, mixed kerosene, and off-road diesel. 5 different sizes of coal, all stored under roof for the highest quality. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, and online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to bearcountrygoodnews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
Second quarter is here in the 4A state title game. Jersey Shore down a touchdown at 7-0. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. Tonight's broadcast, powered by River Valley Internet. They have enabled us to live stream games from Thompson Street Stadium and beyond all season long. Visit rivervalleyinternet.net to learn more. 3rd and 7 upcoming for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars at the Jersey Shore 28 here, Brandon. They had the 35-yard pass completion. They went for it on 4th down inside their own 30, and now TJ is trying to find the end zone here.
Yeah, they are, and one thing Shore's got to do defensively here is be careful. They're going to try to go over the middle again with Hansen. Going to target Cameron Allison, get him, split out, split the 2 safeties in Brady Jordan and Cameron Allison. Actually, Brady Jordan coming off here on the sideline, so looks like they're going to put Owen Anderson. Looks like, I believe, Gabe Packer back into the game, or I can't see the number quite too well.
It looks to be Gabe Packer, and I believe it is. It's either him or Stone Sechrist. We'll say Gabe Packer, and I'm pretty confident that's the case. 3rd and 7, 28 at Jersey Shore. I formation. Zandier, the outside left. Hansen in the left side slot. Pugh drops back a couple steps, flings it over the middle. Caught by Zandier. Breaks the tackle, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown as he stiff arms Allison out of the way. Preston Zandier, he was actually lined up on the right side, makes the catch, and bolts for the end zone. 13-0 Thomas Jefferson to start the second quarter.
Yeah, great coverage there by Cooper Peacock, but he got his arm in there, but he got it in a little bit too early, and Van Deer was able to get the catch and get a touchdown, and what a great play there by Thomas Jefferson.
28 yards for him, his 11th touchdown of the year. Pugh's 25th through the air. Here's Sella on for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, soccer style through, and nearly dinks off a Susquehanna Trailways bus. 14-0. Thomas Jefferson up a couple scores to start the second quarter in this state championship game. Jersey Shore trying to march back here on the Bear Country Sports Network from Hershey.
Mama's home cooking has never tasted so good. Go to KUTZAS Kitchen, 318 Wilson Street in Jersey Shore for homemade soups, oil, deli sides, baked goods, and more. KUTZAS cheesesteaks will have you hooked. Fudge season is just around the corner, too. All of this at reasonable prices. 570-398-8180 for your takeout order. KUTZAS Kitchen, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 8. KUTZAS Kitchen, Mama's homemade goodness. Go Bulldogs.
Cutting Edge Country on WQBR.
Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker back with you from Hersheypark Stadium in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where you play all the state title games in the Keystone State. 14-0 Thomas Jefferson, the reigning state champs in Quad A out of the WPIAL in the Pittsburgh area, trying to put their foot on the gas. 28 yards, Jake Pugh to his leading target, Preston Zandier, and they take a 2-touchdown lead. They'll kick it off right to left, courtesy of our friends at Deja Vu, exactly where you should go to do your Christmas shopping, 256 Allegheny Street in Jersey Shore. Ball placed on the tee by Graham, and the sophomore trots back, trying to send it away. Jersey Shore has Owen Anderson on the far left side, Cam Allison on the right, to accept the return out of the north end zone. Hand up. Graham approaches, boots it away, spins end over end to the Jersey Shore 12. Caught by Allison, flips right. Anderson cuts up the 20. 25, bounced out of play around the 27. And Jersey Shore starts right about there. They run that little pitch that the Bulldogs often do execute on these returns, and it was Hansen that got him out of bounds. 1st and 10, Jersey Shore at their own 27.
Yeah, that was great coverage there by Thomas Jefferson. Made aware of it this time and was able to cover it very well. But for Jersey Shore there, they get starting at the 28, so they've got a lot of work to do, but they got to get that run game going.
1st and 10 from there. Jersey Shore in the eye. Quincy Myers, the fullback in the backfield. Handoff, Allison, stutter step up the middle past the 33, and he's straddled at the 34 and wrangled up there as the tackle was ultimately applied for Thomas Jefferson by Alden Palmer, a backup defensive back, and that makes it 2nd and 3, 7-yard gain for Cam Allison. Quickly stay on the ball. Has the right side receiver from the eye, charges left, and inside handoff, it's Myers, the fullback, no gain. Blasted right up the gut, tried to cut it up the inside, and a number of black jerseys were there, including Zandier, the Division I linebacker, soon to be. Make it 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's nice pressure there by Zandier. Got in the inside and got a big stop.
3rd and 2. Own 36, Jersey Shore between the hashes in the eye. Weary, 3-step drop, slings it outside. It's grabbed complete, and it looks to be Anderson who brings it to his body for a 1st down, and it is Owen Anderson. Moves the change with the quick little hookup to get it across the 38 to the 39. Only needed a few, and they gained 3, just enough. Call it 1st and 10. They put him at the 41. It's a 5-yard completion. 1st and 10, left hash. Weary, roll out, stops, faces pressure, and he's sacked. Hammered back at the 34. Jersey Shore with 2nd down, but Zandier records the 9th sack of the year for Thomas Jefferson. They don't blitz too much, but the Jaguars make the quarterback pay. 2nd and long, Jersey Shore at their own 34.
Yeah, if you're in that situation, you got to be able to you got to throw the ball. It's got to be one of those kind of situations where you just throw the ball away, and now you're stuck at a big 2nd and long.
2nd and 17 at their own 34 now. Weary takes the snap from the eye, pitch right. Jordan tries to run a play where he'd hand it off to Hess, but instead he's smoked in the backfield behind the 25. That one was off from the start. A very good jump by the Jaguars defense, and McLean Flynn flung him aside. It's 3rd and 24 at their own 27.
Yeah, that was just a nice play there. Timed the blitz up perfectly. Got in the inside and stopped Brady Jordan behind the line there. Brady should have just pitched it over to Hess, but didn't have enough time.
Down 14-0, 9:46 and counting to go 1st half. 3rd and 24, Jersey Shore, right hash of their own 27. Weary pumps once, shotgun, flings it off under pressure and incomplete. Falls harmlessly up the middle. Weary had very little time to catapult that ball away, and Jersey Shore will have to punt. Brandon, I can't help but think back to that time when Thomas Jefferson on the last drive goes for it inside their own 30 on 4th and 5. I can't believe that happened, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah, they did that just because they purely could, and, it's just something you try. You're in the PIAA state championships. You have nothing to lose after this point.
Well, Jersey Shore punts it away. Anderson retrieves it at his own 15. Not a lot of distance. Caught at the 45. It's Zandier on the run back, but he gets negative yardage. Brady Jordan downfield. He's been the gunner all year, and he makes a terrific play to keep Thomas Jefferson at its own 43. 9:27 to go first half. Mostly a shadow over the field at Hersheypark Stadium, and TJ can try to go up 3 scores. The defending state champs hold a 14-0 lead over Jersey Shore.
Yeah, they can. What they have to keep doing here, look, they did successful passing the ball, but now they got to run the ball again because Shore's going to start keying in on what you're going to pass because it took them a while against Lampeter Strasburg, but they finally caught up to Lampeter Strasburg throwing the ball, and that was only because they didn't, Lampeter Strasburg, the rest of the game, didn't run the ball. 1st
and 10 between the hashes at their own 43 for Thomas Jefferson in the eye. Pugh, handoff left side. It's Van Bibber. Check that. He extends to the 49. Only his second carry of the day, but Dayron Van Bibber able to pick up 6 yards for 2nd and 4.
Yeah, just a nice straight-up run. Power to the outside there. Van Bibber, the second big running back they have in this duo, and he gets a really good call, a really good push up to make it 2nd and 5.
Well, they actually get more carries to him than Connor Murga's gotten this year. Murga did find the end zone for the first touchdown for Thomas Jefferson, and both are very capable backs. Van Bibber stays in. They mark him across the 48 for 2nd and 5. Right to left from the south end zone. Handoff from the eye. Van Bibber again tries to cut it right side, but this time Jersey Shore gets its paws on him, and it looks to be Ben Webb who's at the bottom of that pile to fling him backwards. He leaned across the midfield line to make it 3rd and 2 at the Jersey Shore 49 for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, and look, 3rd and manageable again here for Thomas Jefferson. The Shore defense needs to get a stop here. Look, you're down 14-0. You've got 8 minutes left in this quarter. You need to be able to get the ball back to your offense.
3rd and 2, 49 to Jersey Shore. Thomas Jefferson up 14-0. They operate from the eye. 2 receivers right, one of them from the right side slot. Hansen charges left. Handoff Van Bibber. That one is snuffed out. Hayden Packer pumps his right fist. That's a TFL back at the 49 of Thomas Jefferson. Jersey Shore comes up strong defensively. Now what will the Jaguars do on 4th down?
It's going to be a tricky one here, but you're at the 50-yard, close to you're at the 49-yard line. You are basically in no man's zone. Your defense has been playing really great. Wouldn't be shocked if they don't go for it. Nice blitz and tackle by Hayden Packer.
Well, they do this often. Pugh punts it away. He's done so 10 times this year, but they line him up in a shotgun set like he'll go for it. Now he backs up a couple paces, and he will punt it away. It's blocked at the line, caught at the 45 of Jersey Shore. Off the ricochet, it's Allison, and he's twisted backwards at the 44. Somebody got a hand on it up front, and Jersey Shore is now able to start near midfield.
Yeah, that was Carter Peacock on the inside. Big guy gets a hand up in the air and blocks it. Now Shore, perfect. Look, all year long, this is how Shore got their drive started. When they started close to their opponent's 50.
And it's at their own 44 to start this next drive for Jersey Shore. Yet to come up with points. Average over 40 a game, coming off 39 against Lampeter Strasburg in the state semis. 1st and 10, 4 wide, Weary. Screen pass left. Dugan, he catches a floater, tries to find room, avoids one Jersey tackle up the left sideline. He's pushed forward. 40, 35. He's tripped up around the 37 of the Jaguars for a 1st down of over 20 yards.
Yeah, and that's what Jersey Shore needs to exploit. Like I said earlier in the pregame, Penton Automotive pregame show, you needed to be able to make them miss tackles.
And now this offense is humming. Dalton Dugan on the big gainer. In motion left to right, it's Anderson to join 2 other receivers to the right. 1st and 10, Weary, forced out of the pocket, left side, tripped up and sacked back at the 45. Brandon Weary, not ideal, lose 8 yards to make it 2nd and about 18 from the 45 of Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, you have to know as a quarterback, and Brandon Weary hasn't played that much. He's only played a whole season, and you got to know when to throw that ball away.
Called 2nd and 17 from the 44. Weary, screen pass from the left side from the shotgun. It's to Hess. He's bottled up and smothered. Big stick right there. Van Bibber. He's excited. He flexes on him, and they're back at the midfield line. Now, we'll say that was the 46 there. 47, let's call it. Try it again. 3rd and 20 for Jersey Shore. Going left to right. About 6:15 to play first half. They have trips left. Hess the lone man to the right. He just got tackled. Allison to the right side of the backfield. He blocks. Weary. Lob over the middle. Caught near the 38. Not enough for a first down, but Hess makes a catch before getting crunched by Joe Lexi. Jersey Shore back across the original first down line at the 36, and they have to get it to the 29.
Yeah, and I thought maybe they might be able to go for it here, but I guess not. But this would probably be one of those times where you have a really good opportunity to.
Good opportunity for a fake. Jersey Shore does it well. Weary is the personal protector, lines up at the right. Anderson back to retrieve this punt. He'll send it away from the 49. Snap to him, and he does punt it, places that ball in the air, angles right side. Hansen caught at his own 7, bobbles, able to recover, and then he is stymied back inside his own 10. Packer and company just steamroll him over. Jersey Shore looked like Anderson might try to go for it on 4th and 9 there, but he decides better of it. And Thomas Jefferson up 14-0, 5:25 to go first half, inside its own 10 at the 8.
Yeah, we'll say here Thomas Jefferson was aware of it. They were ready for it as well. They had 4 down linemen. They had their basic defense set up for that, and they only had one guy back, which was Hansen, so they were ready for it. They weren't scared of it.
Jersey Shore is not used to this situation. This is the team that's running up the scoreboard on the opponents. Today, it's been the opposite, and Coach Tom Gravish says, let's chat this one over. Jersey Shore does that. Our water break, courtesy of Baldbirds Brewing Company. Visit Jersey Shore's newest watering hole, Baldbirds Brewing Company. Open Wednesday through Sunday, 220 Schaefer Lane in Jersey Shore. We'll step aside for a few moments. You're listening to PIAA Quad A title game football. Jersey Shore and Thomas Jefferson on the Bear Country Sports Network. 14-0 Thomas Jefferson, 5:25 to go first half.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection for you and your family. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from Erie Insurance. Available from your local Erie agent, Figure Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 56 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. 570-748-3570. Get a free quote. Figure Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you at Hersheypark Stadium. Jersey Shore plays defense after that timeout. They're down 14-0 to Thomas Jefferson. That scoreboard update brought to you by Jersey Shore State Bank. Visit jssb.com for more info on their products and services. Thomas Jefferson going right to left. 1st and 10 at its own 8. I formation from the left hash. Pugh to take the snap. Backs up. Near his own end zone. Delivers a pass to the left sideline. Caught on a knee by Zandier. And they'll mark him right there for a first down across the 20. And that's about 12 yards for the Jaguars.
Yeah, this is easy pitch and catch here for Thomas Jefferson. Look, Shore, corner-wise, this is a really good secondary, but they're playing a little bit too far back in zone. They got to be able to go up and make those plays and try to be able to bat the ball away.
And Preston Zandier has a touchdown grab already today. Went to the sideline to get the play call. The receiver does so. Quarterback can rest his legs a little bit. 1st and 10 on 20 for Thomas Jefferson. Left hash in the eye again. Pugh drops back. Time flushed out. Pass right. Incomplete. Knocked away from Zandier. And Hess gets his right hand in there to stuff that ball. 2nd and 10 Jaguars at their own 20.
Yeah, I just said that the last time. They needed to be able to come up and try to bat those ball away. It looked like Caden Hess heard me. And he went down there and he batted that ball away. Great play there by Caden Hess.
Windows open just a touch here in the press box. Maybe your voice bellowed down there. I don't know. 2nd and 10. Own 20, longer huddle for Thomas Jefferson. They change personnel as McLean Flynn comes in as an extra receiver out wide right. Hansen on the left, and the wide guy right is Zandier, the Division I soon-to-be player at Youngstown State. And a timeout taken by the Jaguars and 26th-year head coach Bill Chirpak, courtesy of our friends at Baldbirds Brewing Company. We'll keep it here. Brandon, late first half, what needs to happen for Jersey Shore to get themselves in a better spot heading into the break?
Well, first they got to keep up their defensive momentum. They've got to be able to stop. They got to be able to stop the Jaguars from moving the ball as much. Look, they got to stop there on first down off a passing play. Haven't really been able to do that much all game until in that point. Now they got to set their defense down and tone. Then when they get the ball back, they have to. If they get the ball back on offense, maybe if Thomas Jefferson scores. But if they get the ball back, they've got to go to quick passes. You got to use your tempo as much, and don't be afraid to run the ball. But if you're Brandon Weary, your coach had Tom Gravish, you need to tell Brandon Weary, say, hey, don't be afraid. If you feel like the play's dead, just throw it away. Don't try to make something spectacular.
He's taken a few big sacks. That's not something he typically does, but the game is tilted in Thomas Jefferson's favor in large part because of field position and risk-taking. 2nd and 10 at their own 20 after the timeout. Feels like 48 degrees right now. Winds coming in just under 10 miles an hour here in Hershey. Flags blowing. Formation, handoff. Murga right side. Big strides ahead across the 30. Breaks a tackle through the 35. And Myers eventually from behind able to bring him down around the 39. 18 or 19 yards there for big Connor Murga at 6'1". Just a Mack truck running up the middle of the field. That's a first down.
Yeah, and that's just a killer for Jersey Shore. Look, you were stopping the run all game long, and they come back with Murga, and he just bulldozes his way all the way up into about the 38-yard line. Great play there by the Jaguars.
Maybe the timeout lulled Jersey Shore to sleep. 1st and 10 on 38 after the 18-yard run. Murga hands it aside, stays as the deep back. Pugh from the eye, slings it right side, completion. That's over to Zandier, and he's able to pace across the midfield line on the slant. About 13 yards to the Jersey Shore 49 for a first down.
Yeah, let's make note of it again. They started going back to that. That's because Gabe Packer is no longer in the game again. He hobbled off to the sideline, and Owen Anderson back at the linebacker spot, and then moving Brady Jordan over to safety.
And Jordan checks in at 5'6". He plays a lot tougher than that. 160, very solid build, but that size against this big Pittsburgh area team is a problem. Allison, the other safety. Allison approaches the line a little bit. Jersey Shore showing blitz. It's 1st and 10. Jersey Shore 49 for Thomas Jefferson. Hanson to the left side slot in the 3-receiver set. Handoff, and Bibber tries to scoot through the left side. Only gets at half a yard. There wasn't much of a crease for him to run through to make it about 2nd and 9, we'll call it, at the Jersey Shore 48.
Yeah, look, Jersey Shore's in the same spot they were against Lampeter Strasburg last week. Their defense kind of got lulled to sleep, and their offense wasn't producing. So if you're Coach Tom Gravish, you're telling your guys right now, say, hey, let's all relax. We're not in a big deficit. We're only down 14. Let's just make sure Thomas Jefferson does not come down. Let him run out the half. Just make sure you don't let him score.
3:12 and counting to go first half. Sunset approaching here in Hershey. The sun beaming off the east side stands here at Hersheypark Stadium. And another timeout is called for. Thomas Jefferson is the team to use it. And they're down to one remaining. And with the 3:07 mark of the second quarter, another Ballbirds Brewing Company water break, open Wednesday through Sunday, 220 Schaefer Lane, Jersey Shore. We appreciate them. All of our segment sponsors, Jason Everhart State Farm halftime show coming up with our Schweitzer's Auto Sales first half recap, first quality postgame show, also Muncie Bank and Trust. We appreciate everybody who's taken part in sponsoring these broadcasts.
Yeah, and this was, we thank all the sponsors, and we couldn't have gotten to this point without most of them, and we're grateful here to be in this press box, beautiful press box. Got pictures of old-timey games, Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers, big classic 33 state guys, so very grateful to all the sponsors.
Absolutely, and we wish we could have done video more. Last week and this week, we were physically not allowed to do video. It wasn't even a matter of collecting money, just physically overruled. 2nd and 9, 48 at Jersey Shore for Thomas Jefferson. In the 3-wide set, 2 left. Pugh backs up from the shotgun, delivers over the middle. Hess gets in there and breaks up that pass intended for Zandier around the 25. Caden Hess jumped the route at inside position and smacks it away to bring up 3rd and 9 at the 48 for Thomas Jefferson.
He was very close to almost having his 7th interception on the year, too, and just barely almost didn't get it. And he had an interception, but they got to be careful with that if you're sure. They went that crossing route, and they had Pugh threw it a little bit too early, but if he weren't careful, he had one of his receivers wide open down the sideline.
3:01 to go first half, 3rd and 9, Jersey Shore 48, Thomas Jefferson up 14-0. Pugh with Van Bibber to his left side. Low snap at his knees. He picks it up and just gets back to the 50. Loses a couple of yards as the snap was so low for Jake Pugh. It scraped the turf, and he loses 2 yards. That's bad execution. 4th and 11 at midfield for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, you're starting to see here by Thomas Jefferson, or you're starting to hear from Thomas Jefferson how we're calling it. They're just not, their momentum's starting to go down, just die down a little bit.
And now Jersey Shore needs to capitalize on it. 4th and 11 at midfield. Pugh stays out there. They already faked a punt once and were successful, but he does back up this time. Tries to punt, sends it off from his own 45. Very little distance. Maybe the wind had something to do about it. Trickles to the 32, and then a Jersey Shore friendly bounce to the 34. Eventually, Rex Miller gets over to it to end that play. Jersey Shore left to right, just outside its own 35. 2:14 to go first half. Something to touch on, Brandon. Talked about Gabe Packer being off the field for Jersey Shore. He was injured in the Crestwood game, played through it in the Lampeter-Strasburg game, but came off this quarter. And in his spot, Dalton Dugan seems to now be playing a little bit of that linebacker spot.
Yeah, and they're kind of trying to keep Owen Anderson. Well, they're trying to rotate Owen Anderson out too as well. They're trying to mix as much stuff as they can. So you're going to see a lot of Owen Anderson get up to, I hear, a personal foul against Jersey Shore. I don't know what it was.
Might have been running into the punter or roughing the punter because they back him up inside the 19. We couldn't hear it specifically, but Jersey Shore goes from the 34 to the 19. That's 15 yards, and that would seemingly indicate roughing the punter, which would not be ideal. 1st and 10, 0-19, Jersey Shore. 3 receivers left. Weary from the shotgun. Low pass to the left side. It's caught at the 24. And the low grab by Cooper Peacock, the sophomore, comes up with the goods for 5 yards.
Yeah, nice quick blaster out there. You got to hurry up and get that play call in and get set up.
Jersey Shore should have 2 timeouts remaining. On the scoreboard it says 3, but I believe they called one earlier. Maybe it was a TV timeout. 2nd and 6, 0-23. Weary, roll out right from the shotgun, looking for room. He is crunched, knocked down, and the ball came out around the 19. And Thomas Jefferson looks like it may have come up with it. We're waiting, and it is not. Jersey Shore was able to pick it up off the turf, but barely. Weary knocked down and negate that Peacock catch to make it 3rd and 11, back just a smidge behind their own 19.
Yeah, this defensive line for the Jaguars is just too overpowering. They're able to get in the backfield so quickly out of Brandon Weary. It's just impossible for him to throw that away.
Down 13-0, Jersey Shore quickly snaps it. Hess, the wide man right. All-state receiver. Weary looks left side. Pumps. Throws up the left sideline. Wants Anderson, and he won't get there. Shadowed by Ian Hansen, and had some additional help over the top by the other safety, Joe Lexi. And that ball was 5 yards in front of Owen Anderson. He had no chance to make a play. It's 4th and 10 at their own 19. Bulldogs to punt it away with 1:04 to go first half, and Thomas Jefferson might be able to hurry up and get more points.
Yeah, they might be, and, it's just depending on where this ball lands. Owen Anderson does have the wind at his back, so this is going to help him a little bit.
He's set to punt it from his own 11. Gets the clean snap. He does boom it up in the air. Doesn't go very far. Fair catch inside the 50, and Zandier backs away from that ball. Peacock gets up to it to catch it at the 40 of Thomas Jefferson. They have 54 seconds to go first half, and they do get the ball to start the second half. Do you think they try to make something happen here, Brandon, or play it safe?
No, I think they do. They know Jersey Shore is more of a second-half team. They know they're going to get fired up in the half. If you're Thomas Jefferson, you keep on the gas pedal, and you go get a touchdown right here on this drive.
We're going to try to get fired up during the halftime. We've had no Jersey Shore points to speak of, and we'll have our Jason Eberhardt State Farm halftime show coming your way here from the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania. 1st and 10 on 42, Thomas Jefferson. It's Jake Pugh to take the snap. Has Zandier as lone receiver to the right side. 3 guys left. Takes the snap in the shotgun. Time in the pocket. Over the middle, too high for Hansen. Thought he'd have somebody cutting inside. Rex Miller was the left side slot receiver, and he just ran a go route. Ball nowhere near him. 2nd and 10 at the 42.
Yeah, again, here's what we're going to notice. Gabe Packer back in the game. So I see what Shore's trying to do here. They're trying to, let Gabe Packer keep working it out. And he's working for it for a couple plays, and then, it starts limping for him, and then he goes out. So actually, this is really working out for their favor. So we're trying to say earlier, so what they do is they're going to try to switch things around, maybe bring Dalton Dugan back to linebacker, put Owen Anderson at defensive end, just to switch things up so Thomas Jefferson isn't aware.
2nd and 10 at the 42. Same formation. Back to pass is Pugh, lobs it left side. Hansen tries to make a play, incomplete with Allison in coverage, and no yellow hankies to speak of. Jersey Shore defended it cleanly to the dismay of this Thomas Jefferson sideline. Allison's back was to the ball, and nothing is called to make it 3rd and 10 at the 42.
And typically that would be called a pass interference. Well, I want to say why it wasn't. It's because you saw the receiver, or you hear from our vantage point, the receiver pushed off first. So the referees did a great job. They let them both go after it. It's tad for tad. They could have called it either way. That's a great no call.
42 seconds to go first half. 14-0 Thomas Jefferson. Snapping on 3rd and 10 at their own 42 between the hashes. Screen pass left from the shotgun. Here goes Hansen. Weaves his way up the left sideline across the 50 and bounced down at the 49. Anderson on the stick. And that gets them 9 yards. One shy of the line to gain. 4th and 1 with 26 seconds and counting to go. Thomas Jefferson can stop this clock if they want to. There's no incentive to do so, and there's no reason they even need to snap this ball. So unless they plan to go for it, they likely won't snap it.
They're going to try to get Shore to jump off both sides.
They go for it, 4th and 1, handoff right side, first down from the eye. It's Murga twisted up at the 42 with 4 on the clock, and they can call one more timeout here. They let valuable time go off the clock, but they catch the Bulldogs napping, and they have a first down up to the 43 after gaining about 8 yards there.
Yeah, and that's Thomas Jefferson kind of screwed, themselves on that play there. They, waited too long. They didn't actually know what they were doing. It looked like they weren't sure. Are we just going to let it go, or are we going to try to, go for it? And then as soon as Churka went for the call, he says, "Okay, go for it," and they got a first down of it.
Well, there's 4 seconds to go, first half. See the moon starting to come out here behind the east stands here at Hersheypark Stadium. Beautiful facility. You see the area where they'd have concerts here. Not going to get those anytime soon due to everything around us, unfortunately. But Hersheypark Stadium, even with the crowd capacity limited to 750 today, still as beautiful as ever, Brandon.
Yeah, it is, and I feel grateful to be here. Second time being in Hershey for a state championship event. I was over in the Giant Center back when I was in sophomore year, so get to see both ends of the spectrum. But as a Jersey Shore alumni, it is nice to be here on the football field for states.
Been here to Hersheypark, experienced that as a child a couple times, never to the stadium. Jersey Shore's first trip here. They're trying to make a comeback down 14-0. 4 seconds to go. Ball at their 43. Thomas Jefferson right to left. 4 receivers set. Murga in the backfield. Screen pass right. Hansen catches up the right sideline. 35, 30. Trampled at the 20. An ankle tackle brings him down eventually. That's Brady Jordan who takes him to the ground at the 24. And that's at the half ends after the 19-yard completion. Jersey Shore avoids giving up more points, but offensively looking pretty anemic right now, but there's still another 30 minutes to get the Bulldogs back on track. 14-0 Thomas Jefferson over Jersey Shore in this 4A title game. Halftime show sponsored by Jason Eberhardt State Farm. Coming your way right after this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Jason Eberhardt, State Farm Insurance, 265 High Street, Jersey Shore, 570-865-5191.
You're probably not ready for winter, but we are. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service has been a Jersey Shore fixture since 1950. Hollick's is known for its fast and reliable service. We provide coal, heating oil, kerosene, mixed kerosene, and off-road diesel. 5 different sizes of coal, all stored under roof for the highest quality. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, and online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Schweitzer's Auto Sales offers fair prices and superior service, and they make it easy to find the sedan, SUV, or light truck that you want with their virtual showroom. Available anytime online at schweitzerauto.com. Look through their selection, then come in for a test drive. 321 North Main Street, Jersey Shore. 570-398-4216.
Cutting Edge Country. WQBR, Avis Williamsport State College. 99.9 FM.
Halftime in Hershey. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. 14-0 lead for Thomas Jefferson, the reigning state champs. Scored once in the first quarter, courtesy of the legs of Connor Murga, and they added to it in the second quarter. The 28-yard hookup from Jake Pugh to Preston Zandier to make it 14-0. Jersey Shore had one big return to start the game off, 57 yards from Owen Anderson, but aside from that, and a 35-yard completion from Brendan Weary to Dalton Dugan. Not much else for Jersey Shore today, and that today is quickly set to turn into night. The lights are already on one of the roller coasters to the eastern side of Hersheypark, and there's plenty of time. Brandon Barker with me here for our Jason Eberhardt State Farm halftime show. We appreciate Jason Eberhardt and his support of Jersey Shore football. Located on the High Street Hill in Jersey Shore, call him at 570-865-5191. And be sure to visit InsureJerseyShore.com. That's Insure with an I. Jason Eberhardt, State Farm. Brandon, I gave you the brief recap of this first half, but let's delve deeper with our Schweitzer's Auto Sales first half recap. Schweitzer's Auto Sales will break things down for you. They'll break down that car buying process, and they'll show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Jersey Shore. Fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Go to SchweitzerAutoSales.com, SchweitzerAuto.com, I should say, or visit them at 321 North Main Street in Jersey Shore. Brandon, turn it over to you. First half, take me through it, how this happened, and where Jersey Shore needs to go from here.
Well, first of all, the first touchdown came off of a very poorly executed drive. Jersey Shore ended up back in their own goal line and then had to punt it out of there, and then got down to the, Thomas Jefferson got great field position out of it, and then they ended up scoring that touchdown. And the second time, they just absolutely powered the ball down the field and got it off of a Hansen touchdown.
Yeah, and to quickly add to your point, Brandon, on that first drive, Jersey Shore was back inside its own one where they sent the punt off, and Zandier was able to return it 15 yards to the Jersey Shore 15. And when you're at that point, you give a team a lot of ammunition to score, and Thomas Jefferson did just that.
Yeah, and they didn't even have to throw the ball at all. They powered their way into the end zone. They ran the ball, got a touchdown off of him. Murga was the one to get that touchdown. So for Jersey Shore right now, yeah, that's how the first half went. No points on the board. Very unusual thing for us going into halftime for Jersey Shore.
I'd say so. Jersey Shore, this is a team that even last week against Lampeter Strasburg in the state semis was able to put up 21 in the first half, and they were down a touchdown there, but they still, like I said, were up. They were still within a score, and they were able to flip the tide of that game in a very short span in the second half when Jersey Shore scored a touchdown and then had a pick six just a few plays later. And they'll need that kind of spark tonight, Brandon, because we're already turning the lights on here in the press box, and even though it's not officially nighttime, it's starting to feel like that. Temperatures quickly dipping into the low 40s, and the brisk wind still blowing the American flag here in the south end zone. So what does Jersey Shore need to do to get that spark and try to make this a ball game here?
Well, the first thing they've got to do is they've got to be able to run the ball. They've got to be able to use Cameron Allison to his ability. Look, last week when they faced Lampeter Strasburg, they kept trying to throw the ball, and it wasn't successful a lot. They kept mistiming things a lot. So, but when they came in the second half, they used Cameron Allison. He was able to get free. He was able to break tackles and get a free game, get a couple touchdowns out of it. But offensively as well, they got to block. I understand this is a really huge line for Thomas Jefferson. It's probably one of the hardest lines they've had to block all year long, but you have to try your hardest just to block him. You need to give Brady Warrior enough time, even if he can't find someone open, to be able to throw the ball away, because you cannot afford to have a sack after sack, where at one point Jersey Shore was at a 3rd and 20 just from 2 sacks in a row by Thomas Jefferson. So Jersey Shore needs to find a way to, get some good blocking out.
And what do you make of the battle in the trenches, so to speak, between these lines? We talked about the just absolute wealth of size that Thomas Jefferson possesses there, going across the O-line, 6'3", 250, 6'4", 265, 6 foot 200, 6'2", 250, and 6 foot 250. It just, how is Jersey Shore done trying to work through that line, and how can they do a better job?
Oh, they've actually done a very good job going against that line. Look, Carter Peacock is the ultimate starting recipe. He is making some noise on that front line, but what they need to improve on is they need to be able to get those two, what makes them very successful, they need to get those two fast defensive ends out on the outside edge, be able to pressure Pugh. They have been stifled all night. I haven't been able, you and I have not called Dalton Dugan or Quincy Myers for a sack, not even alone being in the backfield. We've only called Carter Peacock, and not only that, but they've got to get some help from Colin Samara and Ben Webb as well. They've got to be able to make some moves. Look, Carter Peacock can make all the moves he wants, but the 1 or 2 times that he gets stifled on offensive line, they get a big completion out of it. So you got to be able to run some twists and maybe come up something a little bit more defensively, a little bit more trick to try to get Dalton Dugan free on the outside. But it's like I said, it is hard to do against a big offensive line like that. But you just got to be able to use your speed and try to get Quincy Myers. And even if what we saw in week 2 when Carter Peacock last played in the regular season, before last week, what they did was they bumped Carter Peacock to the outside of defensive end. That made it a whole lot interesting because then they put Lee Springman. Don't be shocked if you don't see Lee Springman in the game tonight at defensive, because he's a big guy in the inside. Don't be shocked if you don't see Carter Peacock as well on the offensive line, just to try to get some blocking in.
And surely something could change here. Last weekend, it was defensively Jersey Shore had to make some big adjustments at halftime after allowing Lampeter Strasburg to really have its way with the Bulldogs. And this week, offensively, you imagine Coach Tom Gravish and the rest of that coaching staff could have something up their sleeves. We'll talk about what potentially that is that they may do to try to adjust things here. And when we come back on our Jason Eberhardt State Farm halftime show, we'll do just that. Jersey Shore down 14-0 at the halfway point of this 4A championship game against Thomas Jefferson. Back on the Bear after this, here from Hershey.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Jason Eberhardt, State Farm Insurance, 265 High Street, Jersey Shore, 570-865-5191.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Call 570-753-5722. TLC Fuels, a family-owned business since 1998, serving residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. Fuel oil, diesel, and gasoline, hard coal. TLC Fuels, dedicated to providing friendly, satisfying service to all of their customers. TLC Fuels, proud to be a supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. 570-753-5722.
Mama's home cooking has never tasted so good. Go to KUTZAS Kitchen, 318 Wilson Street in Jersey Shore for homemade soups, oil, deli sides, baked goods, and more. KUTZAS cheesesteaks will have you hooked. Fudge season is just around the corner, too. All of this at reasonable prices. 570-398-8180 for your takeout order. KUTZAS Kitchen, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 8. KUTZAS Kitchen, Mama's homemade goodness. Go Bulldogs.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Jersey Shore football, Bear Country Sports Network, halftime show from Hersheypark Stadium. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. 14-0 Thomas Jefferson here after 2 quarters of play. And we said we'll talk about what Jersey Shore might switch up offensively, and I'll let Brandon Barker really break that down for you, as Jersey Shore doesn't have any points. This is a team that's season low is 16 in a very odd game against Shikellamy late in the regular season, but aside from that, they've only been under 30 3 times this year. They have a goose egg right now. Thomas Jefferson, conversely, they have 26 games allowing opponents less than 30 points, and they're very much on track to do that right now. But Jersey Shore likes something to say about it. Brandon, what can the Bulldogs do to start developing things offensively?
Well, what they need to do, again, they need to run the ball. Got to be able to get Cameron Allison out of space. And also, I like the matchups with Cooper Peacock and all them wide receiver, but got to bring Brady Jordan back in the game. He's one of the big key pieces that they like to use on jet sweeps, and they like to use him in a passing game. Look, Brady Jordan's going to be probably the fastest guy on this between this wide receiver core. So try to get a little bit of switches, crossing routes between him and Owen Anderson. Like I said, one of my keys to the game was to get Owen Anderson on the mismatch. They haven't gotten him on a mismatch yet, and that's a great job by this Jaguar defense to be able to key in on Owen Anderson. And not only that, but Caden he's had a couple catches tonight, but man, he is getting taken hits, and this Jaguars team trying to prove, say, hey, you're an all-state player, but don't matter when it comes to playing us.
This Thomas Jefferson team really wants to punch home the point that, hey, we're a WPIAL team, and that's the toughest place in the state to play. Not saying that is or isn't true, but there's certainly a belief from those teams there that that's the gold standard for football in the Keystone State. How do you think that factors in, Brandon?
Well, that factors in, one, being that at one point WPIAL was almost their own league. Like they were there, and they're still in talks right now of being their own completely separate league from the PIAA, because there's so many teams and so much competition that they can have their own, state championships, and whoever. And their idea would be whoever would win this state championship game would go play their state champion, and you would have that kind of matchup. But it's just in my belief too. It is my belief that the WPIAL is probably one of the hardest leagues to go play in down in that Pittsburgh area, because you got so much talent. You got Thomas Jefferson, you've got Aliquippa, one of the longest traditional teams in Pennsylvania, next to Canton and Berwick. These guys are probably in the top of the list. Thomas Jefferson's right around in that Pittsburgh area, so I wouldn't be shocked if they don't get a lot of help from those Pittsburgh Steelers pros.
Yeah, and Aliquippa, you talk about them, Brandon. That's a school that's produced guys like Darrell Rivas, Ty Law, way back in the day, Mike Ditka, and that's a team that it took overtime for Thomas Jefferson to take them down a few weeks back in the WPIAL tournament. That was the equivalent of the state quarterfinals, and the Kips, they were a 3A team until this year. The realignment puts them at 4A, and that was a heck of a matchup. Watching the highlights of it on YouTube, I was really impressed by both of those teams. Thomas Jefferson, the reigning state champs, of course, are here, and they lead Jersey Shore 14-0. We'll head to break, come right back on our Jason Eberhardt State Farm halftime show, and the second half should be a few minutes away. Jersey Shore to play defense first and try to keep the score at 14-0. Back on the Bear from Hersheypark Stadium right after this.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires? Or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Jason Eberhardt, State Farm Insurance, 265 High Street, Jersey Shore, 570-865-5191.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Proving to be a Valley favorite over the last 50 years, Williamsport's Park Pizza has expanded to Jersey Shore, part of Gamble Farm Inn & Suites. The menu's expansive. Pizza including specialty pizzas like the Butcher Shop and Buffalo Chicken, plus wings and stromboli. Dine in, carry out, or we will deliver. 570-398-7275. Park Pizza, Jersey Shore, inside Gamble Farm Inn & Suites. Open Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 10 p.m. 570-398-7275.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp? McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-4090. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
Looks like it'll be a harsh winter. Why else would CVS have snow shovels and ice melt for sale already? Time to visit Terry's Coal & Wood Stoves in Jersey Shore. Serving Bear Country for the last 41 years, new owner Kyle's bringing his education and many years of expertise to provide you with honest solutions and quality service. Terry's, the place to go for American-made stoves. Visit Terry's Coal & Wood Stoves, Bastrop Street in Jersey Shore. 570-398-2199. Find them online, terryscoalandwoodstoves.com.
Mama's home cooking has never tasted so good. Go to KUTZAS Kitchen, 318 Wilson Street in Jersey Shore for homemade soups, oil, deli sides, baked goods, and more. KUTZAS cheesesteaks will have you hooked. Fudge season is just around the corner, too. All of this at reasonable prices. 570-398-8180 for your takeout order. KUTZAS Kitchen, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 8. KUTZAS Kitchen, Mama's homemade goodness. Go Bulldogs.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to BearCountryGoodNews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
First Deja Vu kickoff of the third quarter is upon us. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you from Hershey. Jersey Shore boots it left to right. Cam Allison to do the honors, holds his right arm up. And Hanson, the deep man back there on the right side, catches up to it at the 11. Outside the numbers 20, 25 on the move, stutter step at the 30. And Dalton Dugan ushers him out of play around the 31. Jersey Shore plays defense to start the third quarter in a 14-0 hole. Thomas Jefferson, the reigning state champs, try to do it again here in the 4A bracket. They are 24 minutes away from doing just that.
Yeah, they are. And look, for Jersey Shore defensively, they've got to just keep doing what, staying out. Like I said earlier in the halftime show, they got to get those outside rushers to get in and pressure that running game. Look, Carter Peacock's doing most of the work on my line. We're not calling Tamar's name. We're not calling Ben Webb's name. Those guys collectively have to be able to push that line back.
Three receivers set on 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. Hanson in the left side slot. McLean Flynn to his left. Zandier out to the right. Pugh to take the snap under center at his own 32. Takes it, handed off. It's Murga, who's yanked down at the 34. Connor Murga. You mentioned Ben Webb there, Brandon, and he gets a right arm in on him to club him down. 2 yards, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that's what they need. That's exactly where they need to go. Look, Ben Webb didn't get the pressure on the inside, but he came back around and got the tackle on Murga. That's where Thomas Jefferson is really getting most of these yards. Is they're twisting the hips of these defensive linemen, and they're twisting them away from Murga. These defensive linemen got to keep their hips towards Murga to be able to make a tackle.
Rex Miller comes onto the field for the Jags to make it an extra receiver. He's out on the left side. 2nd and 8 from the 34. Handoff on the inside. Murga gets up to the 37 before he plummets downward. Jersey Shore has Samar there. You mentioned him as well, the nose tackle, who applied some pressure and clogged up some space. Line to gain is the 42. That'll make it 3rd and 5 on the opening drive of the third quarter for TJ.
Yeah, these defensive linemen for sure are so powerful on the inside. They are able to just purely power these guys back. So they're wearing down this big offensive line, and that's what you like to see from your coach, Alex Jackson, defense coordinator.
Running a lot of clock here. 10:40 and counting, third quarter. 3rd and 5 for Thomas Jefferson. Operating out of the eye from the right side slot. Hanson charges left. Pugh drops. Bootleg right, delivers over the middle. It's a bouncing ball, incomplete. Zandier was the intended target, trying to post up around the 48, but the ball was on the turf well before that. 4th down, could be a 3 and out here for this Jaguars team, but Thomas Jefferson already faked it once inside their own 30. You never know what they have up their sleeve here.
Yeah, this would be a little bit too early for it, but you never know.
Pugh is lined up. They fake this often. That's the approach they do. And now he'll stand back to pooch punt it away at his own 29. Right foot strikes the ball to the right sideline. It tails out of play around the Jersey Shore 35. Faked it once inside their own 30. You never know what they have up their sleeve here.
Yeah, this would be a little bit too early for it, but you never know.
Pugh is lined up. They fake this often. That's the approach they do. And now he'll stand back to pooch punt it away at his own 29. Right foot strikes the ball to the right sideline. It tails out of play around the Jersey Shore 35. Jersey Shore has it left to right. Within a minute 30, the Bulldogs get the ball back. They have 2 touchdowns to make up here. 10:29 to go third quarter.
Yeah, so they have to be able to offensively get the run game going, obviously. I like Quincy Myers back there, just get some, keep rest for Hayden Packer, but, the offense is a lot more better when you have Hayden Packer back there.
First game of the year, Quincy Myers has played fullback, right hand in the dirt for him. Allison a few paces behind him in the eye. 1st and 10 Jersey Shore on 35. Play action, Weary pumps twice, 3 times, hit as he throws over the middle. Incomplete pass, almost stretched out for and grabbed by Hess at the right hash mark of the 45 of Thomas Jefferson, but he couldn't reach for that ball. It's 2nd and 10 back at their own 35 for Jersey Shore.
Yeah, not the play I really envisioned them starting with, but still, that Blue Lake play, and we noticed something here a little bit. Brandon Weary was able to throw the ball away.
2nd and 10 at their own 35. Weary from the left hash in the eye. Hess the right side receiver. Anderson the left. Pumps, tries to throw, tugged down, and the ball pops out. Myers races to it for Jersey Shore, and it looks like he comes up with it, but back at his own 9. Quincy Myers was Johnny on the spot. Otherwise, that's a walk-in touchdown for one of about 3 members of this Thomas Jefferson defense, but rather they're back at their own 14. I said the 9 before. It's the 14, and Myers' helmet is off, and he's calling for some assistance. He'll come out of the game pretty promptly, but he'll have to come out for a play here.
Yeah, they're going to get an illegal chop block by Shore. This is going to back them up towards the goal line, but I'm really curious there why they didn't throw a flag. The Thomas Jefferson defender was standing over top of him, wasn't letting Quincy Myers get up, wouldn't let any of his teammates check on him. That's a flag in any book.
And Myers is on the sideline sitting down. Training staff will look at him. Jackie George will try to do her work over there, but you mentioned it, Brandon. Jersey Shore is backed up at their own 15. This is 3rd and 31. The 14, we'll say. Left hash. 3 receiver shotgun set for Weary, or 4 receiver shotgun set. 3 to the right. Weary looks right. Pressure from the backside. Looping pass nearly intercepted. And Zandier had his paws on that. No, check that. McLean Flynn on the route intended for Anderson. And if Flynn had caught that, would have had a good chance to run it back. Instead, incomplete. And Jersey Shore with 9:59 to go third quarter gets a 3 and out.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to start with your first possession. You got your defense off the field. You got Thomas Jefferson's offense off the field. You finally feel like you're starting to wear them down. They're getting less pressure on Brandon Weary, but they're just playing great coverage on the backside.
Still down 14-0 here, early third quarter in the state title game. Clean snap to Anderson for Jersey Shore. Boots it away, low kick, just gets across midfield, caught over the shoulder by Hansen, takes a few zigzag moves, and he bounces his way up to the 42 of Jersey Shore before he's roped up there. Right to left, second drive of the third quarter for Thomas Jefferson. They have a 14-0 lead, and the reigning state champs are looking for more and trying to go back to the Pittsburgh area with another title.
Yeah, they are, and we see Connor Davis coming in for
Quincy Myers.
And the way it looks like it, the way concussions are nowadays, if it is a concussion, he's done. But I don't really expect him to see him back in this game.
And we hope for the best for Quincy Myers. He's been terrific for Jersey Shore this year, and they were using him at fullback to spell Hayden Packer a little bit. 1st and 10, 42 of Jersey Shore. Quick snap from the eye. Pugh, hands off. It's Murga. Bursts his way up the middle, stays on his feet all the way to the 35. The left hash mark, Connor Murga got a quick step, and he just kept going before Dalton Dugan eventually made the tackle. That's 2nd and 3 for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, and that was just a power run on the inside by Murga as we see a bird fly over the field. That's the weirdest thing.
If you weren't going to say it, I was. Brandon, what bird do you think that was?
I don't want to speculate. We don't look at different birds here nowadays, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
Second 3, the 35 at Jersey Shore. Pugh, a handoff right side. Murga tries to make. No, he kept it. It was a beautiful play fake. Lob up the left side looking for Hansen. Only a yard in front of him inside the 5. Pugh and everybody, including myself, faked out. And if Hansen had caught that, that was a drop in the bucket for a touchdown. Instead, it's 3rd and 3 at the 35.
Yeah, that was a nice Look, Pugh had all the time in the world before Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore even got fooled. They didn't realize that he had the ball and then went to go after him. Hansen was running down the sideline just a little bit, and it's one of the things that's going to hurt him right now is they're against that wind, so it's going to be hard to throw those balls. If that had been on the other side, that would have been a touchdown.
Everybody converged towards the line. It really felt like everybody on the field didn't realize Pugh kept the ball. 3rd and 3, Jersey Shore 35. Bulldogs showing blitz. Handoff. Van Bibber in the backfield. He is stymied right up the middle. He doesn't even go down. He's just grabbed by Carter Peacock's arms, and he doesn't get anywhere. 4th down, and let's see what this offense for Thomas Jefferson does. And there's a Bulldog down in the middle of the field, and we'll now wait on that, and don't want to speculate who it is. There's a 5 on that jersey is all I can see, and we'll see if we may be going to break, and I think we'll take a break here. For now, it's 4th and 2 for Thomas Jefferson. The Bulldogs all head over to the side, and we'll come back on the Bear Country Sports Network. A Bulldog defensive player is down, and it's Lee Springman. Is it Lee Springman? Yes, No, it's Gabe Packer, who was injured before, and he slowly makes his way out to the sideline. Back in a moment on the Bear after this.
Want to sell your house? Want to buy a house? Then call the Dave Winkleman team at First Choice Real Estate in Jersey Shore. Dave's a graduate of Jersey Shore High School. He and his wife Jen live in South Avis, and the parents of 7 children. So you know the Dave Winkleman team is motivated to market your home and find you a new one. 570-295-4422. Ask Dave how he can guarantee your home will be sold in 90 days. Dave Winkleman team at First Choice Realty in Jersey Shore. Ready to serve you. 570-295-4422.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
4th and 2, Thomas Jefferson, Jersey Shore 34 after the quick injury stoppage. And the shotgun is where Pugh takes it, steps back once, hit as he throws by Davis, incomplete pass over the middle, intended for Zandier, who on all fours couldn't scrape it off the turf. Turnover on downs in Jersey Shore territory, so the Bulldogs are able to keep Thomas Jefferson from scoring any more points. And now, can Jersey Shore get this to a one-score game here, now going left to right with 8:27 to go third quarter?
Yeah, and look, Jersey Shore here now offensively, it changes a little bit, but now you're going to see the real fullback for this team. Not saying Quincy Myers wasn't doing a great job, but you see the real fullback coming in the game.
Well, for now, they're in a shotgun set.
Oh, and Anderson.
Anderson is in the backfield. Jordan from the left side slide. No, Anderson takes the snap instead of Weary, and he rushes up to the 39 for 4 yards up the middle. So it was Allison in the backfield to his right side, Jordan from the left side slot, and they all met in the backfield. Anderson kept the ball himself, 2nd and 6. Anderson didn't do this last week, Brandon, and maybe they'll let him try quarterback here. Something they can do. 4-man front for Thomas Jefferson. 2nd and 6, Jersey Shore on 39 from the gun. Anderson pitches left. Allison with room on the outside around the 40. He's cut off. He had room for a second, but then that evaporated. No gain, and it looked like Zandier strung out that play.
Yeah, and that was a perfectly designed play there. Using the speed option. Now they're trying to go back to the quarterback runs with Owen Anderson.
Anderson stays in at QB. 3rd and 7 on 38 for Jersey Shore. 2-touchdown hole. 3 receivers right. Anderson keeps it right. Tries to run. Long angle. And he's thrown out of play around the 35. Zandier with the ankle tackle. Lose 3 yards. Owen Anderson couldn't turn the corner. And Jersey Shore will give it right back to Thomas Jefferson here with 4th and 10 at its own 35.
Yeah, I don't believe that was the right play call for that situation. I don't think a quarterback run would have worked. Thomas Jefferson was ready for it, and they were able to cut off the angle. Something that they've been doing all game long.
Lights are on the rides at Hersheypark, just outside the Hersheypark Stadium confines. It's 14-0 Thomas Jefferson lead, state title game. Jersey Shore punts it away. Anderson receives the low snap. Booming punt around the 31 of Thomas Jefferson, and it's cleanly fair caught by Ian Hansen. 6:49 to go third quarter, 14-0 game, and Thomas Jefferson's looking for more. they just haven't been able to get there. They scored on back-to-back drives, bridging the end of the first and then the beginning of the second quarter. And Jersey Shore, despite how offensively has been able to do very little, has been able to keep the Jaguars from really extending their lead.
Yeah, and it's all up to that defensive line. Look, they are pressuring that offensive line. They are, hard hitting that offensive line back. Now it's going to be a little different. You don't have Gabe Packer, and you don't have
Quincy Myers. First and 10 on 32 for the Jake Pugh-led offense. Operates from the shotgun. Screen pass left on first down. Caught outside the numbers by Hansen. 35 slips a tackle, and he gets out of play at the 38. Ian Hansen picks up some extra yardage after slipping through the arms of Brady Jordan.
He fumbled it, too.
He fumbled it, but keep the ball. That's second and about 4-3 there around the 39 of Thomas Jefferson going right to left.
Yeah, so this defense changes a little bit. Now that Owen Anderson is back in the linebacker, they're going to have Brady Jordan out in safety. Now the smart thing is they're going to leave Cameron Allison back deep, and they're going to have Brady Jordan go one-on-one. That's actually really smart. I believe Brady Jordan is probably the better of the three to cover at safety.
5'6", 160. That's what the sophomore Brady Jordan stands at. Second and 3 on 39 for Thomas Jefferson. In the right side slot moves Zandier. Pugh thought he would keep it, but instead hands off to, looks like Murga, and Murga is, but no, it was Van Bibber who actually checked in the game, and he's battled up for no gain up the middle of the line. Samar and company really closed in quickly to make it 3rd and 3 from the 39.
Yeah, the guts up here, watching. We saw Gabe Packer come back into the game for sure. He's got a lot of guts tonight. He's playing off of a bad ankle, and he's just still willing his way back into this game. Now, this helps out a little bit. Owen Anderson going to stay back into coverage a little bit, kind of help out with the inside route, and try to prevent Thomas Jefferson from getting a first down.
Starting linebacker, starting defensive end, out for Jersey Shore. 3rd and 3 on 39, Thomas Jefferson. Handoff to the deep back, Van Bibber, who's able to sneak out the left side of the 41. And that's enough to move the chains, keep the drive running. It's up to the 42. It's a first down for Thomas Jefferson, and the clock runs at 5:53 and counting.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson right now, looks like they're more content with this 14-0 lead because they are very confident in their defense. So why worry about trying to put up the pressure offensively if you know your defense is going to stifle them?
Would be the 5th championship for Coach Bill Cherpak if this team out of the Pittsburgh area can hold true to its 14-0 lead. First and 10 on 43. One pump from Pugh from the gun. Up the left sideline. Wants Zandier deep. He bobbles it and catches it inside the 15. Eventually, Hess touches him down at the 12. That's a first down completion for the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's just a killer right there. Look, Hayden Hess was there. He passed. He batted the ball away, and then he ended up. But there's a flag, Sam.
There is a flag, so we'll see if we're going backwards, and it looks like we are. That negates what would have been a 46-yard completion, and I didn't hear the call. Maybe it was offensive pass interference or a hold, and that puts Thomas Jefferson back in their own territory, back at the 32 here.
Look, credit to all Caden Hess there. That was not against him. Look, he did what he needed to. He caught up to it because the ball, again, he threw it against the wind. He caught up to it, he batted away, and Badir just made a great catch. And, Caden Hess was shaking his head, but that just happens sometimes.
First and 21 at their own 32 is the call. Negate the big play. From the shotgun, Pugh turns right, tries to throw on a dime. He hits Hansen, tries to show off his speed, but then he's tackled from behind by Peacock at about the 42. Gain of, we'll say that's up to the 42, and that puts him at 2nd and 11 from there, and there's a player down for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big killer here. Look, now we're getting into the cramps territory with all this cold air, and, a lot of players are going to start getting cramps. So this is going to be a war of nutrition here towards the end of the game.
Well, the sun was fully beaming on Hersheypark Stadium when we started this thing off at 3 o'clock. It's 5:11 now, and the sky is fully darkened, the moon shining bright, and the rides on the roller coasters are also illuminated. That's how you can tell it's getting late here in Hershey, and it's 14-0 Thomas Jefferson. We still have this injury timeout. Big shout-out to our sponsors in the meantime, and we hope the player down for Thomas Jefferson, of course, is all right and gets the necessary medical attention. Appreciate our water break sponsor, Ballbirds Brewing Company, Wednesday through Sunday, 220 Schaefer Lane in Jersey Shore. Also, shout-outs to Muncie Bank and Trust, your local hometown bank in Avis, and River Valley Internet. They're at rivervalleyinternet.net. You can learn more there. They've helped us do the video live streaming for much of the season. Player that was down hops up. Wait till he gets closer to the sideline to give an identification. I can't tell if that's Hansen or not. It looks like he's really having a tough time getting off the field, but he's walking off under his own power, and that looks like it is number 10 there.
Yes, that is Hansen.
That is Hansen. That would be a huge loss. So he's out. Ian Hansen goes out. That's their speediest receiver. 2nd and 11 on 42 for Thomas Jefferson. After that, Miller from the left side rotates in right to join 2 other receivers. Pugh chasing the backfield. Dugan gets his hands on him, gets away, throws the ball, caught in stride just across midfield by Zandier. Man, this kid is everywhere, and he comes up with the play at the 48 of Jersey Shore for 10 yards, 1 shy of the first down, 3rd and 1. Pugh just threw it up for dear life, and Zandier saw his quarterback was under duress and came back to make the play.
Yeah, and that's great wide receiver skills right there. Coming back to the ball, trying to get wide open there for Pugh to make the play. Look, they finally got the defensive ends out to him and just couldn't get him down. I don't know what else you can do if you're Jersey Shore.
3rd and 1, 48 of Jersey Shore, 1 yard to go for a first down. QB sneak, Pugh, pile is pushed. First down is gained across the 46-yard line. And that's where Thomas Jefferson has it for a new set of downs, and the 14-0 lead continues to hold firm, and the clock continues to dwindle. We're down to about 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, what's really killing Shore right now is when that defensive end's coming off. Look, both of them came off there, but if I'm not knocking Connor Davis, he's a really good athlete, but if you had Quincy Myers out there, that would have been a really dangerous spot for them. That was a really great spot there by the referees.
5'9", 160. That's what Jake Pugh stands at, and while Jersey Shore doesn't have the size that Thomas Jefferson does, it's not a scrum you'd want to go into unless you really have a high level of toughness. Flynn, as well as Miller, the right side receivers. Zandier all alone on the left. I formation, 1st and 10, 47 of Jersey Shore. Handoff, and it gets him to the 41. Connor Murga takes it up the left side for 6 yards. Eventually, Packer is able to bring him down, and Gabe Packer is back on the field. It's Gabe and Hayden back out there, Brandon, the 2 brothers, and Gabe is really struggling to play through this injury, shaking his leg out now. He's missed some time in the last 3 games, but stays out in the field here. 2nd and 4, 41 of Jersey Shore. Thomas Jefferson driving right to left. In the eye, at the left hash. Flynn from the left side moves right. Movement on the line off the right side. That's a false start, and this Jaguars line cannot be happy. They played so stellar today, but looked like the right tackle, Owen Meyer, got called for movement.
Yeah, and they had to be careful there. Connor Davis, so he takes a step back. He's not in the neutral zone anymore, and he moves his hand ever so slightly because he thinks he's trying to fake it. And then the defense, the linemen, these guys are taught really well. This is Pittsburgh football. They've been taught this really, really, not Pittsburgh, but this is Pittsburgh area football. They're taught really well to move and try to draw an offsides, and got caught there for a false start.
2nd and 9 at the Jersey Shore 46, driving up 2 scores from the eye. Pugh drops back, slings it left side, picked and intercepted up the right sideline. It's Dugan again at the 30, cuts to the middle, 20, 15, 10, 5. Dalton Dugan back-to-back weeks with a pick 6, and this Jersey Shore sideline erupts.
Yeah, what a play. I'm telling you what. That second time in a row, second time this week in 2 weeks that he's done that. But I'll tell Jersey Shore right now just staying in the fight, going with it. They did a great job getting pressure on Pugh, and Dalton Dugan timed the route perfectly. They were trying to go for a screen, and he runs it for a touchdown. Jersey Shore, with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, is back in this game.
Last week it was 39 yards. This week 54 from the senior defensive end. Dalton Dugan tips it to himself, and he was off to the races. Cam Allison on for the PAT. Jersey Shore snaps it, held by Hess. The kick is up and through and nails the scoreboard in the south end zone at Hersheypark Stadium. Jersey Shore all of a sudden gets some fireworks, and now it's a 1-score game. 14-7 Thomas Jefferson. The Bulldogs are still well in this fight. Back to Hershey after this here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Downtown Lock Haven Inc. invites you to ring in the holiday season with our series of Small Business Saturdays in December. Over 35 businesses are part of this special effort to encourage you to shop downtown and help our community grow. Stop at the downtown Lock Haven office for a map of participating businesses, then visit our stores, ask about the shopping passport, your ticket to win free prizes. Small Business Saturdays, December 5th, 12th, and 19th. Shop downtown Lock Haven this holiday season. This ad funded through CBDG Cares.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
That's a play that you will not forget where you were. If you were here, of course, you saw it here, and if you heard it on the radio, you won't forget where you were if you heard that one. I surely won't forget it. Dalton Dugan, 54 yards, pick 6. Jersey Shore gets the game back to a 14-7 deficit here in the state title game down at Hershey. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. The Bulldogs have not been able to muster up anything offensively, and then Jake Pugh threw a pass to the sideline. Dugan read it. He caught that ball, and he was off to the races. And now Jersey Shore plays defense again with 2:44 to go in the third.
Yeah, and that's the way to get your offense started here as we're on a TV timeout. We're just, that's how you get yourself back into the game. You use the momentum. Now Jersey Shore is back in the fight. They're, confident about, but they have to go back out on defense. That's the big thing here. And Thomas Jefferson's going to try to look at this and say, okay, we relaxed at days ago a little bit too much. Let's see if Thomas Jefferson tries to go back on the gas pedal.
They'll need to, because Jersey Shore now just needs one touchdown. Before, 2 touchdowns felt like a pretty big mountain to climb when you haven't been able to really do much offensively. Now, just one time, get it in the end zone, and we're even up. But first, Jersey Shore's got to play defense. Get this Deja Vu kickoff, open Wednesday through Saturday, 256 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. Go there to do your Christmas shopping locally. Cam Allison on to give the left-footed kick down to Jaguar territory. See who the return man is here. Ian Hansen went out of the game earlier. Can't get a read on the number yet. Caught on a hop at the 9. Charges forward outside the 20 on his feet with the flag around the 30. And we'll see who comes out of the pile. Maybe that's Hansen back in the game. I believe it is. And we'll get confirmation on that in a moment. And it is Ian Hansen. He's back in the game. He must have shook off whatever that injury was. He's playing hurt in this game to begin with. And he picks up 19 yards on the return to the 29.
Yeah, it was probably cramps. The way he was walking, he was just, it was really tight. It's hard to walk on a cramp when you're out here in the cold. But look, a big holding penalty here on, illegal blocking him back. Send him back 15 yards. Jersey Shore in a great spot here defensively.
And the Bulldog fans in the east stands here at Hersheypark Stadium, they are waving their orange towels. They're going ballistic right now. They just saw their senior defensive end, Dalton Dugan, head back the other way with a 54-yard interception return for a touchdown. It's 1st and 10 at the 18 for the Jake Pugh-led offense. Twins left, 3 receivers that way. Takes the snap over the middle, unloads, wants Zandier, and he's covered up like a blanket, incomplete. Had Cooper Peacock and Cam Allison both there to converge. 2nd and 10 at the 18 after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, this defense is really fired up, but you can see it looks like in Thomas Jefferson, I was telling you while we were on break, look, it just looks like they're depleted, like they're getting worn out, and now it looks like they're just getting desperate, trying to, get the lead back up to 2 touchdowns so they can coast again. If I'm Jersey Shore, I look at this and say, hey, let's put the pressure on them. Let's get them a stop and get back on our offense.
2nd and 10 at their own 18. Thomas Jefferson up a touchdown. I formation. Pugh takes the snap. Hands it off. It's Van Bibber who's able to slice and dice his way up the middle all the way up to the 31. No, that's Murga. Check that. It's Connor Murga on the blast for 13 yards. 1st down.
Yeah, and Connor Murga is one of the big keys right now with Hanser really kind of shaking up a little bit, not getting, won't be back to full 100% right away, but now they're going to rely on Murga and Bandier on the inside run.
They keep it with Murga in the game. Ian Hansen, we mentioned him. He went out with maybe what was cramps a little while ago. He's in the left side as a receiver along with the leading target, Zandier. Handoff on 1st and 10 from the 31. This time Murga tries to take it outside, but Connor Davis chases him down from his opposite side defensive end spot. He's there with Dugan for the stop. It's 2nd down, no gain.
Yeah, and Dalton, look, that was a nice play on the outside there. Murga tried to bounce it. We haven't seen that much tonight with Thomas Jefferson. They don't usually bounce the ball to the outside that much. And great job getting off their blocks by Connor Davis and Murga. That's what I said at halftime was a big key. These defensive ends getting around the edge and trying to be able to pass them down. These defensive ends are fast enough for it.
2nd and 10 on 31, minute and a half to go, third quarter. Handoff, Murga from the eye, lowers his helmet and leans to the 40, and the ball comes out. The ball comes out, flag on the field. Anderson picks the ball up, but it might not be a fumble recovery, and Jersey Shore's not celebrating, which would indicate as such. So we'll check that. If everything stands still, it's 3rd and 2 at the 39, and that very surely won't be the case here.
A face mask.
And they get a face mask call. So no fumble, and move the ball 5 yards forward for a first down at the 44.
Yeah, look, Thomas Jefferson right now, they are getting desperate, but they're going back to what they're used to. They're just going up, hurrying up, snap the ball. Shore has to be ready defensively right away. They have to get set.
Minute 10 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 on 44. New set of downs for Thomas Jefferson. Hansen and Zandier line up on the right in the eye. Snap it from the left hash. Pitch right. Murga tries to break it to the outside. Davis cuts him off and slams him down. A few yards gained up to the 47, but the edge was closed off by the backup defensive end, the junior, Connor Davis, and that's 3 yards for 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Connor Davis here stepping up when he needs to, making the big strides. No Quincy Myers, and probably for the rest of the game. So you got to make your opportunity now. What a way to make it, and probably the biggest stage of your career.
30 seconds to go, third quarter. Thomas Jefferson 14, Jersey Shore 7, 4A state title game. Shore showing blitz out of the 5-man front. Pump from Pugh. Pressured. Breaks it. Screen pass dropped by Murga. Incomplete. He had Davis chasing him down and had to get rid of that ball off balance, and Murga just drops it. 3rd and 7 at the 47.
Look, I love what Shore's doing right now. They're dialing up blitzes no matter what happens here. Whether they give a deep ball up but they're relying right now on their defensive ends and their linebackers to go in and hurry up and make Pugh have to throw it to the ground. Look, that screen pass would have worked, but Jersey Shore right now just defensively is stifling this Thomas Jefferson offense.
They got to be gassed, and they have another quarter of this to play. When Jersey Shore gets the ball back, if they can get a stop here, it'll be interesting to see what they do offensively. The offense hasn't run in quite some time. 3rd and 7 on 47 for Jefferson. Back to pass, Pugh zips it right side. First down completion at the 45. And it looks to be Zandier who brings in that ball at about the numbers, and he does as Peacock eventually muscles him to the turf.
Yeah, and as stopped it. I don't know why we stopped the clock. The clock would keep running.
Well, they have the stop it to set up
correct.
the chains. That's first down, and the quarter is going to end on that note. 14-7, Thomas Jefferson. Jersey Shore provided a spark in the third quarter with Dalton Dugan's interception return for a touchdown, but that completion brings the Jaguars across midfield, and they'll try to pounce to start the fourth quarter. Back to Hersheypark Stadium after this here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Looks like it'll be a harsh winter. Why else would CBS have snow shovels and ice melt for sale already? Time to visit Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves in Jersey Shore. Serving Bear Country for the last 41 years, new owner Kyle's bringing his education and many years of expertise to provide you with honest solutions and quality service. Terry's, the place to go for American-made stoves. Visit Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves, Bastrop Street in Jersey Shore. 570-398-2199. Find them online. terryscoalandwoodstoves.com.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. Start of the fourth quarter from Hersheypark Stadium in the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania. The night sky is out, late November night. Temperatures dipping into the low 40s, and Jersey Shore is trying to come back from a touchdown down to win its first ever state title. Trails 14-7 against Thomas Jefferson. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, the reigning state champs, go left to right, heading towards the south end zone. As 12 minutes are on the fourth quarter clock, they have a 1st and 10 at the 44 of Jersey Shore. Brandon, quickly, what can Jersey Shore do here defensively to get off the field?
Just got to keep doing what they're doing. Keep pressuring Pugh, stop the run game, and when it comes down to passing play, they got to be able to stop it.
I formation right hash. Pugh is under center. 1st and 10 at the 44. Hands it off. Murga again up the gut, just about a yard, and he's shoved backwards. Jersey Shore's D-line holds firm. Carter Peacock is there, and Gabe Packer, who has been in and out of the game with an injury at linebacker, assisted on the tackle. 2 yards, 2nd and 8 at the 42.
Yeah, and look, that swarming ball, Jersey Shore, that's Jersey Shore football. There's everybody swarming to the ball. You can see it here. Thomas Jefferson being conservative.
5-man front for the Bulldogs. Two receivers left, Hansen and Zandier. Handoff right, over right guard. Murga blasts his way forward all the way to the 30. First and more, stays on his feet, pushes the pile to the 26. First down run for Thomas Jefferson. Powerful is Connor Murga. He gets 16 yards.
Yeah, and this is just killing for Jersey Shore. Look, you've been stopping that all night long, and it just takes one play for them to be able to get a first down out of it.
First and 10, 11:20 to go, and they bring this one back, Brandon, and explain the penalty to the folks at home.
I believe, if I heard correctly, is a holding call, and it's going to bring back Thomas Jefferson really far. This is, really a blessing for Jersey Shore right now.
Yeah, the hold puts them at second and about 12 at the Jersey Shore 46. So you instead of Murga getting the ball all the way to the 27, they're back for 2 yards back.
And I'll explain real quickly why it's not first and 20. It's because it's a spot foul.
Right on the money. And whistles blow. We'll see if a timeout was called. And Thomas Jefferson wants to talk it over here. 11:09 to go, fourth quarter. 14-7, Thomas Jefferson. The Jaguars gave up a pick six late in the third quarter. Dalton Dugan returned it for 54 yards for Jersey Shore. And this is where we stand. A touchdown separate these two teams. Jersey Shore, the Eastern Region champs, and Thomas Jefferson out of the Pittsburgh area representing the west of the Keystone State. This water break brought to you by Ballbirds Brewing Company. Wednesday through Sunday, open the newest watering hole in Jersey Shore, 220 Schaefer Lane. Here's the situation, Brandon. 2nd and 12 at the 46. You mentioned Jersey Shore doing what they're doing. That's still the case?
Yeah, it is, and they're just going to keep trying to blitz the run. Look, they need to be able to fill those gaps up, though. Thomas Jefferson's doing a great job here of pushing those defensive linemen back just far enough so that they can get into the linebackers. If you're Jersey Shore, you need to be ready on the line, and you need to be able to make that first move as quickly as you can to be able to get into the backfield.
2nd and 12, 46 of Jersey Shore out of the timeout. Zandier from the right side, charges left, making a three-receiver set on the right. Pugh from the shotgun takes the snap, keeps it, runs right side, past the 40, tripped up, and he leaps to the 36. That puts him a couple yards shy of the sticks for 3rd and 2, but Jake Pugh took that one for a spin of 10 yards.
Yeah, and great call there by Shurka to be able to, call that up. Look, you need to be able to run Pugh, you need to be able to try to, how do I want to say it, be multi-dimensional as Jersey Shore is, and that time Shore wasn't ready for the QB run as they bring in another lineman.
Imagine the key here, eat as much time off this clock as possible, make it a two-score game. Murga, the deep back, 3rd and 2 from the eye at the 36, gets the call, bounces left side. Initially is a good surge, brought backwards, but that first burst should get him a first down, and it does, all the way to the Jersey Shore 34, and now the scoreboard goes dark. Dark chocolate, I guess you can call it.
I believe so.
14-7 here, 10:26 to go. It pops up, and now the scoreboard runs, and the clock runs, so that was just a momentary power outage.
Happens with the wind.
And the lights at Hersheypark are still good, just so you know. The roller coasters, that's all still running. 1st and 10 at the 33 of Jersey Shore. First down run for Murga. Pugh in no hurry. Play clock at 23. In the I formation, hands it off. Murga, left side, tries to spin forward, and he dissects his way to the 33. Just back to the line, maybe the 32. Call it 2nd and 9 is in no rush is Thomas Jefferson here.
Yeah, and they're working on the recipe right now. Look, they're getting first downs when they need to. They're draining off enough time here. Eventually, this is going to get down far enough where Jersey Shore's going to have to start using timeouts. But right now, you're in a second and manageable. If you're Shore, you need to be able to get a stop here on this possession.
2nd and 9 at the 32 of Jersey Shore for Thomas Jefferson. Bulldogs 5-man front, have some help showing blitz. Pugh drops back from under center, time in the pocket, over the middle, looking for Zandier in the end zone, incomplete. Had Hess in front, and from the backside, Cooper Peacock, and the ball falls incomplete out of the back of the end zone. 3rd and 9 at the 32.
Yeah, and looks like Pugh wanted a flag on that, but absolutely, that was clean coverage there. Just overthrew him a little bit too much. Remember, the ball is at the back of Pugh's so he might have thought that was flash interference, but it looked like from up here he just threw it a little bit too far. And now for Thomas Jefferson, that's actually bad for him because now they just stopped the clock for Shore without them having to use a timeout. So Shore here needs a big 3rd down stop.
Taking the lineman off, bring in Rex Miller and Ian Hansen for a 3-receiver set. 3rd and 9 at the 32 of Jersey Shore from the shotgun. Pugh zips it right side, outside of the numbers. Beautiful grab at the 19-yard line. How about Zandier yet again? He's going D1 for a reason, folks. At the 20, he just eats that ball up for 12 yards and a first down for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and that's just a killer right there if you're Shore. You know that's coming. You know they're just trying to go for the first down and got just a little bit too far back in coverage, and Peacock couldn't cover it. And nice play there by Van Deer.
And now the clock moves, about 9 minutes to go. We talked about it. 20 yards to go here for Thomas Jefferson. No urgency. And if they can make it a 2-score game, you put Jersey Shore in a real precarious spot. 1st and 10 in the eye at the right hash of the 20. Pugh drops back, slings it opposite side, wants Zandier. Left side, can't make the basket grab. Would have been a beautiful snatch over the shoulder with Hessen coverage, but he couldn't come up with it. 2nd and 10 at the 20.
Yeah, these receivers for Thomas Jefferson are just beating these corners off the line. They're beating Caden Hessen, they're beating Cooper Peacock, and you can see it in this defense right now. You know, they're trying to get back into it, but every time they get close enough to a stop, you know, they get a first down the next play. So, you know, you got to try to be optimistic if you're the defense.
8:51 and counting to go. I'm not counting right now. The clock stopped after the incomplete pass, of course. 2nd and 10 in the eye from the 20. Hansen in motion from left to right. Pitch right. Here goes Morga up the right sideline. 15, tripped up as he leans near the 10. Gets it to the 11 for 9 yards. 3rd and 1. A chunk yardage play for Connor Morga. And the junior back keeps accruing yardage.
Yeah, these offensive linemen here, I thought they were slowing down a little bit, and now they're just picking up. They're pounding their way up the inside, and they're just eating away at this Shore defense. This Shore defense is in a really big trouble right now.
Can certainly use a big play right now. Got the defensive touchdown. That's all the scoring Jersey Shore's done tonight. 3rd and 1 at the 11. QB sneak. Pugh quickly got up to the line, leans across, and he has it at about the 9.5-yard line. That's enough to move the chains, and it's 1st and goal for this Thomas Jefferson Jaguars squad.
Yeah, and if you're Jersey Shore right now, again, you're back to the same situation. There's nowhere to go, but last time Thomas Jefferson was this far down, they threw it in for a touchdown, and they powered it in, so nothing that Thomas Jefferson can't do.
Just under 8 minutes to play. 14-7 Thomas Jefferson in the state title game. 1st and goal at the 9 from the eye. Handoff right, Morga across the 5, bottled up at about the 4, as 2 Bulldogs come in there to say hello. It was Cam Allison as well as Connor Davis, the joint tackle for 6 yards. 2nd and goal at the 3.
Yeah, these defensive linemen are getting a little tired here. If I'm Coach Tom Gravish, I need to take a timeout. Need to reset my defense because they've been out here for a long time.
They have 3 timeouts to work with. Should Jersey Shore try to do that here? They will not. 2nd and goal at the 3 from the eye. Right hash, handoff. Morga leans for the plane. Ball comes out around the 1 as he tried to extend. Jersey Shore signals for it. Let's wait for the call, but the Bulldogs might have come up with this. Let's wait, and they do. Jersey Shore somehow did it. Jersey Shore kept the Jaguars out of the end zone, and on the bottom of that pile is Hayden Packer for Jersey Shore.
Yeah, and look, Thomas Jefferson is so dejected for it, but I'll tell you what right now. You got the ball back, but I'm not confident in the offense right now. You need to be able to get out of the goal line here. This is a really stifling Thomas Jefferson. Last time you were down here, you almost got safety. Let's see who comes out here for quarterback.
Jersey Shore, last drive, which feels like a quarter century ago, had Owen Anderson trying to run his RPO stuff. Brandon Weary is out. 1st and 10 at their own 2 in the eye. Left hash for Jersey Shore, going right to left. Weary tries to get the defense to jump, and they may have a flag comes in from the right sideline. We'll see which way it's going, but Thomas Jefferson is clapping, and Jersey Shore is moving backwards. And it's a false start on the Bulldog offense that moves them back only a yard, but at this vantage point, a yard makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it does here, and they got to be careful now. They're in territory. If it's a false start in the end zone, it's a safety.
1st and 11 from their own 1 from the eye. Weary, quick back to pass, lob up the right side, tries to give Hess a chance on that ball, but it's smacked away, incomplete. Jersey Shore went to the leading target, and he was matched up on the outside with Van Bibber, who got in there to make the play. 2nd and 11 at their own 1.
Yeah, great coverage there by Van Bibber, but I'm very shocked on that call. You're against the wind here right now. I wouldn't be throwing that far back into the end zone.
7:17 to go, 4th quarter. 14-7 Jersey Shore deficit. Hayden Packer came up with the fumble recovery right on the goal line to give them lifeline. 2nd and 11, still in the eye. Movement on the right side of the Jersey Shore line, and you can't really move this ball very much, but it looked to be Connor Davis, the tight end, that got out of his stance a little too quickly.
Got to be careful here. Wherever this was at, this might be a safety.
I don't know how you can move this ball any closer to the goal line. They're still playing, and it's from there. 2nd and 11, 0-1 after the false start. High formation, Weary back to pass. Hit as he throws, gets the ball off. Hess boxes out a defender and comes up with it at the 10. Caden Hess had to use those basketball skills to make the play, and he did just that as Van Bibber was in coverage, but Caden Hess comes up with the snatch of 9 yards and 3rd and 2 after Jersey Shore gets out of the shadow of its own end zone.
Yeah, if you're Jersey Shore, you need to get lined up really quickly, catch this defense off guard.
6:50 and counting, 4th quarter, down 14-7. High formation, right hash of the 10. Weary checks the signals. Murga calling for a false start on the offense. He won't get it. In the eye, Weary under center. Takes the snap, handoff. It looks to be Packer, the fullback, who tried to slip his way through the middle. He doesn't have enough for a first down, just past the 10 to the 12. And he's about half a yard shy to make it 4th and inches.
This is it for sure right now. This makes the game right here.
6:20 to go. Down 14-7. Offense stays out there and looks to the right sideline for the play call. If the game flow was different and you looked at the score, you'd say, why are you going for it right now? But this offense hasn't touched the ball in ages. Makes complete sense why they're going for it. 4th and inches at the 11. Weary great at drawing the defense off sides. Will try to do it. Takes the snap, bobbled. The ball is bounced out to the right sideline, and Thomas Jefferson comes up with it. The Jaguars make a game-changing play and have it at the 5-yard line. The snap was bobbled, and it looks to be McLean Flynn who scraped it up and advanced the ball to the Jersey Shore 4.
Yeah, what a just a bad possession on there, and unfortunately, I'm not saying it's over, but in this position right now, that was probably the game right there.
Jersey Shore punched the ball out at the 1 last time when Murga trying to run it forward. You may hear the Thomas Jefferson fans in front of us in their orange and yellow. 1st and goal from the 4, between the hashes. Pugh under center in the eye. Stretch handoff right. Looks to be Van Bibber who plows into the end zone. It's a Thomas Jefferson touchdown, and the score moves to 20-7.
Yeah, and just pure power football. It was going to happen eventually, but nice touchdown there by Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson has just pulled away in the lead.
And the PAT comes out here, and it should be Sella to take it. You can't believe that flow. Jersey Shore with the miraculous fumble recovery, and then that happens. Here's Sella, clean snap, put down, kick is placed through the sticks, and doinks off the Hersheypark Stadium scoreboard. 5:48 to go. It's a 2-touchdown game. Jersey Shore, throughout almost the entirety of this season, has scored quicker than almost anybody, but right now can't find the end zone offensively. They'll have to try now. 5:48 to go. Back on the Bear right after this from Hersheypark Stadium.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to BearCountryGoodNews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
About as dejecting a sequence as you can get for Jersey Shore. The Bulldogs, after forcing a fumble at the goal line, end up coughing it right back up, going for it on 4th and inches at about their own 12, and then quickly after, a 4-yard touchdown run by Dayron Van Bibber, and that makes the score 21-7 in favor of Thomas Jefferson. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you from Hersheypark Stadium in the sweetest place on earth. Jersey Shore is trying to pull off a pretty sweet comeback, and it would take a lot to do that. They have 5:48 to go here in the title game, and an offense that's yet to put the ball in the end zone. Only score has been an interception return for a touchdown by defensive end Dalton Dugan. They got to score twice in a short period of time, and they also need to get a stop or an onside kick in between. They'll receive the kickoff now, left to right. It's booted away courtesy of our friends at Deja Vu. It's Graham to do the honors. Send it away. He holds his right arm up. Anderson and Allison are the deep men. Anderson returned one for 57 yards on the opening kickoff. One of the up men retrieves it at the 20. Jersey Shore tries to dial something up here, and the ball works its way up to the 31. We'll see who is standing up and just caught that ball on a fly as Jersey Shore starts it right past its own 30.
Yeah.
It looks to be Cooper Peacock.
Yeah, and offensively here right now, you feel really dejected. You don't know if you can move the ball downfield, but you have to try here because you are in a crucial moment here.
Receivers Dugan, Anderson, and Peacock to the left. Peacock is in the left side slot. Allison in the backfield to the right hip of Weary. Hess all alone to the right. 1st and 10 on 32 from the shotgun. Takes a step back, check down over the middle. It's Peacock, breaks a tackle, runs up the middle, across midfield. 1st down Bulldogs. Cooper Peacock just absolutely blasted a defender and picks up 18 yards.
Bulldozed him over, and that got a nice first down out of it.
1st and 10 Jersey Shore right across midfield. Shore between the hashes. There's movement before this play starts, and the flags fly. We'll see which side jumped. And nobody's clapping, so it seems to be a 50-50 toss-up here. There's 5:28 to go in the third, and we'll say the defense wins that one. Jersey Shore offensively is to head back 5 yards.
Okay, if you're Jersey Shore here, okay, yeah, you got a false start, but be ready to go as soon as the ball is set. You need to be ready with the play call.
First quality post-game show on the way. 21-7 deficit here for Jersey Shore. 1st and 15 on 46. Flip it left. Dugan makes the snatch at the 49. And then a hip-high tackle brings him backwards a little ways as it was Murga who got in there along with Rex Miller. And it's 2nd and 12 from the 49.
See, you're taking too long here as an offense to get that play call in.
5 minutes to go. 2-touchdown deficit. Allison motions out to the right side. Weary, shotgun snap, spins off a tackler, then slips to the ground. That's a sack. It was all the pressure that Connor Murga brought to the table. He had him. He's let go. Well, no, check that. That was Isaac Eckley, the linebacker. 20, not 23, made the stop. It's Isaac Eckley. Give him credit on the sack. And it's 3rd and 18, Jersey Shore at their own 43.
Yeah, Jersey Shore here just doesn't know what to do offensively.
4:30 to go. They're down 21-7. Weary from the shotgun, 3 receivers right, takes the snap, pressure again, and he is knocked down. It's a sack. This time Murga gets there, and whew, that was a big hit.
Yeah, it was, and right now here in desperation call here on a big 4th down here as Coach Tom Gravish is going to take a timeout.
4:17 to go. It's a remarkable turn of events for Jersey Shore, and we give you this timeout where we'll mention all of our segment sponsors. Jersey Shore was given a perfect opportunity, down 14-7 after securing the ball at their own goal line to have a chance to tie the game up. But they give it away shortly after that, going for it on 4th and 1, which is very understandable. But they give the ball away, and shortly after, Thomas Jefferson puts it in the end zone, and now Jersey Shore has 4th and 25 at their own 36. Have to wonder what they'll dial up here. Courtesy of our friends at Ballbirds Brewing Company, Muncie Bank and Trust, River Valley Internet, Jersey Shore State Bank, Schweitzer's Auto Sales, Jason Eberhardt State Farm, Deja Vu, First Quality, our post-game sponsor. We're grateful for them, and now Jersey Shore needs a prayer answered.
Yeah, they do, and it's just, look, a big 4th down here, they got to come up with something.
4th and 25 on 36. Strong side is the right. Weary rolls that way. Pressure from the back, lobs it up, and it's intercepted. Throws it to the other team, and it's grabbed at the 45. It's an interception that is, we'll see who came up with it, and we'll wait till he turns around, and that looks to be McLean Flynn. He's dancing on the sidelines. Can't get a clear read, but that is Flynn who has the interception. Weary just had to heave it up. The backside pressure was there. Nick Bryan was one of the guys chasing him, and there's 4:05 to go, and now Thomas Jefferson can really choose some clock and just about put this thing out of reach.
Yeah, they can here, and they got to keep doing it with Murga, and they got to keep. Don't be surprised you don't see Van Bibber in there as well.
Right now, it is Van Bibber, the deep back. Eckley is the fullback. I formation at their own 46 for 1st and 10. Right hash. Pitch left from Pugh. Van Bibber tries to make a move, cuts to the 49, 3-yard gain. He tumbles and is chopped down there by Packer. It was that was Ben Webb. We'll say the tackle was on. Hayden Packer was in the vicinity, and that's 2nd and 7 at the 49.
Yeah, just Jersey Shore right now defensively trying to hope for something here. They can get some kind of fumble or some kind of mistake here, but this Thomas Jefferson team, when they're in a win, they don't usually make too many mistakes.
3:30 and counting. They're up 21-7. Thomas Jefferson trying to put the nail in the coffin here. Empty the backfield for Pugh. And you bring Van Bibber in motion to the right to make it 3 receivers that way. Set up the screen for Hansen. High pass dropped out of bounds. That stops the clock with 3:19 to go. And that's 3rd and 7 at the 49. Could be huge for Jersey Shore if they get another stop here.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that, but if you're Coach Chirpa right now, sorry, I keep saying his name.
Chirpak.
If you're Coach Chirpak right now, you're saying, hey, just go back to running the ball. We need to kill the clock, make Jersey Shore use their timeout here, because if you throw it and it's incomplete, Jersey Shore has, let's take some time off, maybe 3 minutes and 10 seconds left with 3 timeouts left. Not saying it's a far stretch, but there's a possibility Shore can make an attempt.
Hansen charges to the left. 3 receivers that side from the shotgun. 3rd and 7 at their own 49. Pugh keeps it, dances with it, leaps the pile and gets to the 48 at Jersey Shore. Picks up 3 yards through midair, but that's as far as he'll get for 4th and 4, just across the midfield line. And now Coach Tom Gravish calls his timeout. He has 1 remaining, and there's 2 touchdowns to make up. It's possible, and Jersey Shore has done the impossible before. We'll see if they can do it here down at Hershey. Back on the Bear, it's a Hersheypark Stadium in the state title game after this. 21-7, Thomas Jefferson.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to bearcountrygoodnews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
Thomas Jefferson could decide to go for this here, and if they convert, that would really just about ice this game. It's 4th and 4 at the 48 of Jersey Shore. Pugh lines up to punt. He does punt, a low-angling punt to the right sideline. Skips across the 18, down inside the 10. The 5, can Hansen save it from the end zone? No! Big break for Jersey Shore. Hansen had a chance to down that ball at the 1, but Ian Hansen just slipped up a little bit, and the ball leaked through his hands. So Jersey Shore can start it at the 20, which is one of the breaks they needed, Brandon.
Yeah, that, if you want to talk about icing on the cake, that more or less would have been icing on the cake. If you would have been. But Jersey Shore gets the ball here at the 20. They got 2 minutes and 58 seconds left on the score, on the clock here. Look, they're down 14 points, but nothing's out of reach here.
21-7 is the score. No scores have been offensive for Jersey Shore. 3-by-1 shotgun set. Weary takes the snap, hitches once, lob right side, incomplete. And he looked to be trying to hit Caden Hess, who was cutting inwards. The throw was out, so that stops the clock for 2nd and 10 with 2:53 to go.
Yeah, if you're Coach Tom Gravish, I love the confidence in Brandon Weary, but you got to go try something different. You had something working a little bit with Owen Anderson at quarterback.
Weary ended the last drive with a pick. He is 2nd and 10 at the 20. Roll out right, quick throw, wants Hess to the sideline. Incomplete, but a flag. He was handling Dayron Van Bibber, and Hess is calling for that flag, and he gets the call to make it a 1st down. Jersey Shore can advance via the penalty, and that's beneficial for them as the clock stays stopped, and the ball will be moved across the line to gain.
Yeah, well, and that's a big break for Shore here, but right now, Shore's still not finding anything offensively. They're doing a great job covering him. Van Bibber is really just locked on Caden Hess, and they haven't found really anybody else open. Haven't targeted Owen Anderson since the first half, I believe.
They have not gotten the ball to Owen Anderson. That is correct, Brandon Barker, and that's the ball at the 35 for 1st and 10. Right to left, down 14. Weary drops back in the shotgun, looks for Anderson this time. Did he come up with it at the 47? They say he did. Owen Anderson somehow got down on all fours to clean that up, and a 1st down reception to the 47.
Yeah, they got to keep going here real quick.
2:40 and counting. Back on the line. Jersey Shore's good at this. Anderson charges to the right side. Three receivers that way. Weary takes the snap, spins off a tackler, runs left side, picks up positive yardage out of this, and is twisted up at the 48 of Thomas Jefferson. That was a huge play by Brendan Weary. He was down in the backfield, but he somehow got away and scampered 3 for 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
And that's what Shore's been looking for all year long, is that kind of a play. Now you're going to see Cameron Allison come out for Brady Jordan. They got to hurry up to the line and
Jordan in the backfield. They change personnel. 2-10 and counting, down 14. Weary low snap. Screen pass right. Jordan bobbles it, catches it, streaks for the sideline, wants the plane, and then he tumbles backwards and he stays inbounds. The clock runs. Jersey Shore, only 1 timeout to go, and they lose a few yards here for probably about 3rd and 7 at midfield.
Hey, credit Thomas Jefferson here on this play. Look, they're letting Jersey Shore move the ball, but they're protecting the sidelines.
1:45 and counting. Trips to the left. Weary, snap, over the middle. Peacock just goes down and makes the catch at the 47. That's 3 yards. Clock runs, 4th and 4.
Yeah, this is a big 4th down here, Shore. This is their season on the line right here.
90 seconds to go. State title game, down 2 touchdowns. 4 receivers set. Jordan, the right hip of Weary. Takes the snap, bottled up in the backfield. Can he get rid of this ball? He tries to, but he cannot. He is knocked down, and the game is just about done. And no, Allison kept the ball. We thought Weary was down, but he handed the ball off to Cam Allison, and he got past the line to gain. How did that happen? I thought Weary was down, and he was sacked. That was a beautiful play fake. Cam Allison ran that up the middle to the 43. Game not done yet. 1st and 10, left hash of the 43. Weary operates from there in the shotgun. Rolls right. Time, delivers a strike, right sideline, Wattez. The routes jumped, and Van Bibber tries to pick it off, and I think he did with a flag coming in.
Yeah, Van Bibber there was stepping in front of him. He's holding Caden Hatz's hand back. Look, Van Bibber's been doing that all game long, but he's finally getting caught on it here towards the end of the game.
Van Bibber, second holding call on this offensive drive for Jersey Shore, and that'll keep the ball with the Bulldogs. Brandon, let's go back to that play. How did it look to you like Brandon Weary still had the football?
It looked like he did, but that was out of desperation right there. And Jersey Shore, I can't believe he got it out of there. I didn't believe it. I was waiting. I wanted to correct you, but I was letting you kind of process it in, and I knew he had the first down, but we all had to kind of step back and take a look at it because I wasn't. You were questioning it, so I was kind of questioning it at the same time. But another nice play there, and Jersey Shore going to get another easy first down here with that pass interference, but still. Only got a minute left. They got to hurry up and score here real shortly.
1:07 on the clock. Time is not on their side. Down 21-7. Official winds the clock. Or no, not yet. They were ready to, but the clock operator started it before they were ready. It says 1:01 on the clock, and that presumably will be changed. And they'll do this, get that ironed out. This officiating crew, led by William J. McHale, you imagine they're the best you'll get in the state.
Yeah, they are. They're all picked differently.
1st and 10, 28 to Thomas Jefferson. Weary back, shotgun snap, throw over the middle. Hess catches 20, leans forward as the first down to the 18. An ankle tackle gets him there by Lexi, but the clock runs. And the 11-yard completion only does so much for you at this stage. 55 seconds and running. Jersey Shore 1 timeout to go. Between the hashes, 1st and 10, 17 from the shotgun. Weary, number 17, lobs left side, caught by Anderson inside the 4 and dragged down around the 2. 1st and goal, Jersey Shore. The Bulldogs quickly have to run here.
Yeah, they got a first down, going to stop the clock, but they've got to hurry up and get to the line as quickly as they can to get a touchdown here. They need to be able to get a touchdown within 35 seconds.
1st and goal from the 1, 16-yard hookup. Weary to take the snap, left hash of the 1. From the shotgun, rolls right, throws right. Anderson catches, but he's kept shy of the end zone. No, they'll say he was across the plane. Touchdown Bulldogs. Owen Anderson finds the end zone. The first touchdown offensively for Jersey Shore, and it comes with 34 seconds to go.
Yeah, what a play there. Owen Anderson just barely gets in here, and Jersey Shore, with 34 seconds left, has a shot here in this game.
21-13 the score.
But he's got to make this extra point.
Got to make the extra point. On the season, Cam Allison around 70% from there. Was 3 for 4 last week. And he'll try to knock this one through the sticks. Clean snap. Hess brings it down. The kick is popped in the air. Did it go through? Yes, it did. Cam Allison 2 for 2 tonight from that spot. 34 seconds to go. Jersey Shore somehow hangs around. They'll need an onside kick, and then they'll need magic. But they've done it before. Maybe they'll do it again. The final seconds of the state title game from Hershey on the Bear.
B.A. Meixel is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing north central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Jersey Shore cashes in on a 1-yard touchdown throw. Brendan Weary connects with Owen Anderson, and they're down 21-14, 34 seconds to go. State title game in the 4A bracket. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. Jersey Shore football trying to even up the score and trying to finish this, what would be a miraculous comeback. They were down 14-0 late third quarter. Dalton Dugan, a 54-yard pick six to make it a one-score game. Jersey Shore had an opportunity to tie it up, turned it over, quickly gave up another touchdown due to the positioning that this Thomas Jefferson team had, and then Jersey Shore was able to march it down the field, convert on some fourth downs, get some flags, and make it this one-score game. They'll have to try an onside kick here, and if they do successfully recover that, they have a lifeline, and they do have one timeout. Kickoff from Deja Vu, 256 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore. Bulldogs with Cam Allison after knocking through the all-important extra point will now try to send this one the other way and deflect back to Jersey Shore. Have to wonder the approach here from Allison. Puts the ball on the tee. Allison had a massive reception on fourth down that it looked like Weary was sacked, but he somehow strong-armed the ball out of there to get to his tailback, who picked up the first down. Allison, ready, left arm up, whistle, approach, kick, right sideline. It goes through the arms of Hanson. Does Jersey Shore get it out of this scrum? The ball is up to the 46. Jersey Shore signals for it, and the Bulldogs have it. Jersey Shore gets one more crack. How did this happen, Brandon? You're taking your headset off, man. This is crazy.
I can't believe it. They got that ball back. Look, it bounced up on a hop, and he just barely didn't get it, and Jersey Shore just barely got a hold of it. And Jersey Shore, with 29 seconds left, has a shot right now. This is it.
One timeout they still do have. Got to value the football here. Dugan at the left side receiver. He trots on. As Anderson in the left side slot. Hassan Peacock the other way. Weary takes the snap, rolls out right, pressured, throws up the right sideline, wants Hess jumping catch. Does he haul it in at the 20? He has the ball in his arms. 28 yards to Caden Hess. First down Bulldogs, 21 seconds to go.
Wow, what a catch there. Van Bivver thought he had an interception, and Caden Hess just hauls it in. What a great catch.
Clock will run once the officials set this down. Jersey Shore has one timeout, and it looks like Thomas Jefferson takes the timeout to try to recompose themselves. So Jersey Shore stops the clock, maintains the timeout, and Caden Smith, the center, is raising his arms to try to energize this Jersey Shore faithful that's here in the cold in Hershey that doesn't need any more of a signal to pump up. They're already pumped up. Brandon, here we are. This Bulldogs team it just felt like the game was over several times, even though this team has done the impossible before. Here they are, 1st and 10 at the 21 seconds to go, and touchdown will send it to overtime.
Yeah, well, and I'll tell you what, right now, they're at the 21-yard line. Like my good friend Nate Carpenter would say, he's out there watching the game, cheering on with the crowd. Look, you have one opportunity right now to just solidify yourself as the top team in District 4. You have to come down here. You got one last opportunity. You got one timeout. That's a big crucial here. Thomas Jefferson took that timeout, not Jersey Shore. So Jersey Shore has at least maybe 4 opportunities here. So what Thomas Jefferson's going to do right now, they're going to protect that sideline. But if you're Jersey Shore, you need to get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 21, right hash. Weary takes the shotgun snap, steps to the right, delivers a throw towards Hess, batted incomplete. As the route was jumped by Van Bibber. He's had trouble defending Hess this quarter. This time got in the way of that pass. It's 2nd and 10. There's 16 seconds to go from the 21.
And that's okay. I would rather go for an incomplete pass other than an interception or, he stays in bounds. Watch for Owen Anderson on a wheel route here.
Anderson lined up in the left side slot. Weary with 2nd and 10 at the 21. Looks left, throws left towards Anderson. Tipped. Anderson gets under the ball but can't come up with it around the 10. It would have been a really remarkable catch. So the ball dies there, and there's 11 seconds to go. Jersey Shore 3rd and 10 at the Thomas Jefferson 21.
Yeah, that was almost a nice play there. And look, just barely got ahead of the ball. Owen Anderson tried to reel it in but couldn't get there. Now, here's a big thing for Jersey Shore. You do not have to go for the end zone. You need to go to the sideline. You need to get a manageable 4th down here.
Down 21-14, going for the tie. 3rd and 10 at the 21 of Thomas Jefferson. A timeout in hand. Anderson to the right side slot. He's there as a blocker. Weary, given space. Lob left. Dugan jumps up for the ball. It's knocked away. Had Rex Miller defending him. It was a 50-50 ball, and Dalton Dugan couldn't reach up for it. 4th and 10 with 4 seconds to go. Last play of the game, in all likelihood, is here, and no more time to preserve. Tom Gravish calls a timeout to chat it up.
Yeah, and look, this is going to be the most crucial 4 seconds in probably Jersey Shore season all year long. Look, they had that play. Dalton Dugan had the ball, and he just nearly got tipped out. Look, this has happened before. Pottsville game, they went. Now, Pottsville, I'm not knocking Pottsville, but these defenders are a little bit better. Do not be surprised. You don't see Owen Anderson and Caden Hess in the same area trying to cross each other up to get themselves open for a touchdown. They have to go for the end zone right now.
And I have to ask you something, Brandon. I don't want to get ahead of myself because obviously they need to convert. Do you think about going for 2 if you do come up with this score here?
Yeah.
You just say, you know what? Putting it all on the table right now, let's win this game.
I think you do. I think you're getting personally, you're getting outrun offensively. Your defense is getting a little bit tired. You know, you have to kind of hope that you get the ball offensively, but your offense is, until now, not moving the ball. I think you go if you get a touchdown here, I think you go for 2 points.
We'll find out if they get it now. 4th and 10 at the 21 of Thomas Jefferson in the shotgun. Last play of the game. Weary out to the right. Pressure in the backfield. Gets it off. Advances the ball forward. It's incomplete and the game is over. Weary did not have a chance to get a clean pass off. Jersey Shore down on the field, dejected. And the Thomas Jefferson faithful cheer on the Jaguars. They've won back-to-back titles. So close, yet so far. And that's how the season ends.
Yeah, and man, it's unreal to set in. These kids are so heartbroken. They had an opportunity. There were multiple times where it should have been a touchdown, and it just wasn't there. And credit to this Thomas Jefferson team. Look, they played both these teams played their heart out. This is the closest game of all PIAA this weekend. And I'm telling you, this was one for the ages right here.
It really was. It felt like a game that Thomas Jefferson would run away with 14-0 at halftime. Jersey Shore, just like it always does, found a way to claw back into it. And even when hope was completely bleak and it felt like this was out the window, they had a chance with 21 yards to go and the game on the line. But pressure got there, and Thomas Jefferson is back-to-back 4A champs. We'll break it all down in our first quality post-game show, and we really do hope you stay with us. Let's celebrate the season these kids had. This was special, and it was an honor and a privilege to be here. Post-game show on the way on the Bear.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection for you and your family. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from Erie Insurance. Available from your local Erie agent, Figure Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 56 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. 570-748-3570. Get a free quote. Figure Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency is your local Erie insurance agency. They handle much more than just home and auto. They serve your commercial and life insurance needs too. Ask yourself, do you own your own business? Just get married? Recently have a child? Purchase a home? How about liability and workers' comp? McMahon Ferguson Associates has products for all the above. Call 570-398-90. McMahon Ferguson Associates Insurance Agency, 1020 Allegheny Street, Jersey Shore.
Call 570-753-5722. TLC Fuels, a family-owned business since 1998, serving residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. Fuel oil, diesel, and gasoline, hard coal. TLC Fuels dedicated to providing friendly, satisfying service to all other customers. TLC Fuels proud to be a supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. 570-753-5722.
You're probably not ready for winter, but we are. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service has been a Jersey Shore fixture since 1950. Hollick's is known for its fast and reliable service. We provide coal, heating oil, kerosene, mixed kerosene, and off-road diesel. 5 different sizes of coal, all stored under roof for the highest quality. Hollick's Coal and Fuel Oil Service, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore, 570-398-1190, and online at hollickscoalandoil.com.
B.A. Meixel is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing North Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports. Proving to be a Valley favorite over the last 50 years, Williamsport's Park Pizza has expanded to Jersey Shore, part of Gamble Farm Inn and Suites. The menu's expansive. Pizza including specialty pizzas like the Butcher Shop and Buffalo Chicken, plus wings and stromboli. Dine in, carry out, or we will deliver. 570-398-7275. Park Pizza, Jersey Shore inside Gamble Farm Inn and Suites. Open Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. till 9 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 10 p.m. 570-398-7275.
The Bear, WQBR.
Final from Hershey is 21-14. The Jersey Shore Bulldogs did everything they could to come back in this game. They were down 14-0 at halftime, couldn't get anything going offensively until the fourth quarter, and still were able to make it a game and have a chance to tie it up from 20 yards out, but just didn't happen. Weary got pressured. I didn't see which player on Thomas Jefferson got a hold of him first, but really that sheer size converged on him, and that was that. Post-game coverage, courtesy of one of my favorite sponsors, First Quality. Welcome to the new era of manufacturing. If you want to take pride in where you're making it, you have to, or what you're making, you have to take pride in where you're making it. Visit firstquality.com to learn more about job openings in our area, of which there are many. Thomas Jefferson wins the state title in 4A, 21-14. Brandon, this game felt out of reach so many times, and even as people that have seen this Jersey Shore team routinely come back and give it everything they got and find ways to get breaks, take advantage of said breaks, it still felt like something we couldn't even fathom they'd come back in. Yet, here they were, 21 yards out with 4 seconds to go, having a chance to tie it up.
Yeah, and not to mention a couple of other times they had it. The play right before it, it looks like Dalton Dugan's got the catch. It looks like, he's going to either bounce at the one or he's going to be in the end zone, and at the last second he gets stripped out, and I don't know what else Jersey Shore could have really done. I think they did a really great job staying in the game, staying positive. This is what this team does all year long. Under the circumstances they were given. I said it all year long. I said it since September. This is a state championship team. And even though they didn't win tonight, those boys could have easily have been, the state champions if they really could. But Thomas Jefferson was just too much of a team this year, and congratulations to them. Second one this year, the 2 years in a row. It's heartbreaking to watch as an alumni, and it's one of those moments where you just want to, you want to just celebrate the boys and just congratulate them on what a season.
I'd venture to say there'll be a parade in town when they come back for what they did. I mean, historically there have been those, and if we're celebrating other sports advancing to the district semifinals, and not to discount those accomplishments, but surely this team being this close to a state title will get the recognition it deserves in town.
Yeah, it does, and they'll have a parade. They better have a parade. I'm calling all Jersey Shore, citizens out there. There needs to be a parade for these boys. These boys played their hearts out. They risked their lives just like all of us have, to be out on that football field. And, whether you believe COVID, or you have a stance on COVID or anything like that, it doesn't matter. In this age and time, these boys still went out there and did what they needed to. And, they absolutely deserve everything that they get right now.
Yeah, and let's talk about this game for a little bit, then we'll recap the season as a whole, because this game, Thomas Jefferson got on the board early, and they stayed there, and it felt like everything Jersey Shore did offensively was counteracted. Aside from the 57-yard kick return from Owen Anderson that started this thing off, they couldn't get anywhere, and they were kind of just in quicksand offensively until they were able to get points on the board courtesy of the defense. That Dalton Dugan pick six, the defensive end kind of flanking outwards and doing what he did last week against Lampeter Strasburg and returning it in that fashion. Just take me through that play, Brandon, because I can't think right now about it. It's going to take me a little bit to kind of re-jog my memory, but being there, seeing that happen in a game that just felt just completely out of reach, that was remarkable.
Yeah, it just felt like Jersey Shore had an opportunity again. They're back in the game, Look, they go up 14-0. I'm sitting here thinking, look, I'll be honest, I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking for, my extra stuff after this, because I'm thinking Thomas Jefferson's just going to keep running this down, and they're going to win this game, but just by purely running the ball. And then Dalton Dugan comes around, and he intercepts the ball and goes back for a touchdown. Now, all of a sudden, whoa, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to go put my phone away, and I'm going to pay attention to the rest of this game. Not saying that I wouldn't have anyway.
So that's what you were doing.
Yeah, but still, it's been said.
That wasn't a no. That wasn't a no for those listening at home.
Yeah.
No, but go ahead.
Yeah, but anyways, but now you're paying more attention to the game. Now you're thinking, okay, now Jersey Shore's got a real opportunity. It's the question of what needs to go their way. And I'll tell you what, everything went their way tonight. At the end, I wish it would have happened a little bit earlier. I wish that pick six would have happened in the first half instead of the second half. I think Thomas Jefferson did the great thing, and that was look, they didn't flinch when Jersey Shore got that pick six. They didn't quiver. They didn't go back and say, oh, well, they scored a touchdown off a pick. Now I don't know what I'm going to do offensively. Credit to this, this whole offense. They came back. PU especially came back and just said, hey, let's just run the ball. Let's go get a touchdown. Let's put it out of reach, and credit Jersey Shore. And I'll be honest with you, the last couple of plays shouldn't have even happened. Cameron Allison, that flip to Cameron Allison shouldn't. We're all stunned up here that happens. What's to say, Brandon, where he doesn't get that ball off? Is the game over? There's a lot of what ifs in this scenario, but I think Jersey Shore made the season go out the way they wanted to.
Yeah, it really was something where Jersey Shore just showed their blue-collar mentality, and it was really just an amazing performance as far as how they responded to adversity. It certainly wasn't their best-played game of the year, far from it, but they hung around against the perennial champs, and Thomas Jefferson does come up with the win. 21-14. When we come back, we'll celebrate the boys one more time before we go on our way. This has been quite a season, certainly an unparalleled season with everything going on, and we want to give them their proper due before you guys do when you get back home and give them that parade through downtown Jersey Shore that they so deserve. Back for more postgame on our first quality postgame show from Hersheypark Stadium on the Bear right after this.
B.A. Mikesell is a local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical contractor. With over 10 years servicing north central Pennsylvania, B.A. Mikesell has built relationships with home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Mikesell's trained electricians for all of your electrical needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading warranties. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Mikesell Electric, a proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
The seasons are changing, and now is the perfect time to fall in love with a new checking account. At Woodlands Bank, we offer KUTZAS checking accounts. Our KUTZAS accounts offer unbelievable rates with great rewards. Now you can open up your account online quickly and securely. Make the switch to one of our KUTZAS accounts from the convenience of your home. Branch out. Open your account today. For more information on our KUTZAS accounts and to pick the best one for you, visit woodlandsbank.com. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC.
Now open, the Jersey Shore home of Ready Treddy, K&W Tire and the Old Stouts Pro Auto on Main Street. Providing full service for cars and light trucks, K&W Tire Jersey Shore stocks Cooper, Falcon, Hankook, and 4 other tire brands. Special orders available. Family owned and operated K&W Tire, now open in Jersey Shore, 335 North Main Street. Appointments preferred, walk-ins available, 570-865-5315. K&W Tire. We do tires and more.
Mama's home cooking has never tasted so good. Go to KUTZAS Kitchen, 318 Wilson Street in Jersey Shore for homemade soups, oil, deli sides, baked goods, and more. KUTZAS cheesesteaks will have you hooked. Fudge season is just around the corner, too. All of this at reasonable prices. 570-398-8180 for your takeout order. KUTZAS Kitchen, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 till 8. KUTZAS Kitchen, Mama's homemade goodness. Go Bulldogs.
Looks like it'll be a harsh winter. Why else would CVS have snow shovels and ice melt for sale already? Time to visit Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves in Jersey Shore. Serving Bear Country for the last 41 years, new owner Kyle's bringing his education and many years of expertise to provide you with honest solutions and quality service. Terry's, the place to go for American-made stoves. Visit Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves, Bastrop Street in Jersey Shore. 570-398-2199. Find them online. Terry'sCoalAndWoodStoves.com.
Susquehanna Trailways has part-time and full-time opportunities available for motor coach and school bus drivers. Are you recently retired? Don't want to be home all the time and enjoy travel? Become part of the Susquehanna Trailways team. Contact Susquehanna Trailways by calling 570-753-5125 or email charters@susquehannabus.com. They will train for free and offer performance bonuses too. Call Susquehanna Trailways at 570-753-5125.
Read the latest Good News Positively Pets magazine anytime. Go to BearCountryGoodNews.com. Published every month by Bear 99.9 FM.
We'll quickly wrap up the back end of our first quality post-game show as the champs, Thomas Jefferson, leave the field of play. They win 21-14 in the 4A title game over Jersey Shore. The Bulldogs still have a few guys out in the field, and they try to pick themselves up, and I know that everyone back home will give them their due when they come home. We wish we could have given you the video of this game, but as I mentioned earlier, and I'll restate this, because I see sometimes people are saying, well, why didn't you? Believe me, we would do this game if we could physically, or we are not allowed to do video of this. So we just have the audio, and we do appreciate everyone tuning in on this audio version to make sure you can hear the broadcast. Sam Cooperman, Brandon Barker with you. First Quality post-game show. Visit firstquality.com. Learn about some job openings in our area. Brandon, they don't come up with the win, but now's the time when you start to recap this season that was 10-1. All the way to the state title game. What to you stands out the most about this season?
Well, just the way they went through adversity. Look, you played, they got criticism when they won against Shamokin. They played a cupcake schedule. And basically, I'll be honest right now, they did. They played a cupcake.
And they had no say over it.
No,
right?
that's
just they could only play within their district, and they wanted to do a preseason scrimmage against Mount Carmel. They couldn't even do that because they couldn't keep COVID out of their program. You can't help other schools not being able to keep COVID out of their program. It's just kind of how it fell into play.
But when what really stands out to me when they went to Crestwood, knowing that you are the better record team, you are ranked higher than they are in 4A, but you still have to go on the road because the PIAA doesn't like your field. That's how that all situation went down, and so that happens. But you go into Crestwood, you win a hard-fought one, 26-14. You go the next week, you go to Lampeter, Strasburg, go even farther than what you did. You stay in basically the same area. You go to Lancaster, you beat.
Wait, Brandon.
I think
Brandon, they're in completely opposite ends of the state. What are you talking about?
I think I'm wrong.
You're very wrong, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, but anyways, so yeah, then you go down to Lancaster, and you shoot a barn burner with, Lampeter Strasburg. Probably could have easily been here as well. I could have seen Jersey Shore or Lampeter Strasburg here and putting up the same fight, and then they make it here, and then they get down early. But they end up coming back. But it's not enough. But still, they play their hearts out. And that's what I really think it really stands out this whole season is no matter what happened, they kind of, just kept playing and kept doing what they did. And I'll give them also credit. they stayed away from, they stayed as safe as they could possibly. They kept COVID out of their program as much as they could.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that'll stand out, and Thomas Jefferson gets this as well. They didn't lose out on games because of that. The only game that Jersey Shore didn't get was against Milton, and that was really a precautionary thing that Milton decided, but no positive test for Jersey Shore, and that's really the way I thought this season would go. The teams that really are the most structured, that have the kids that'll listen to their coaches and understand the importance of keeping safe so that you are able to play football. And like you said, Brandon, different people have different thoughts on the level of caution to take with the virus, and that's their opinion to have. But the bottom line is, if a test is positive, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. That's going to impact your team. It's going to keep you off the practice field. It'll keep you out of games, and it'll impact your standing in the state ranks. Jersey Shore never had that issue. And here they are, Thomas Jefferson, the same thing. And I was looking last night at I believe it was the 5A bracket, because I was looking at that because I saw that Cathedral Prep is now a 5A team. So I was looking through that and seeing that they were in the title game yesterday. And on their way to the title game, they had 2 forfeits in the playoffs. And I would imagine that those are COVID-related. So it's very impressive for teams like this to stay on the field this season, and you got to tip your cap to Coach Tom Grabish, Alex Jackson, AD Serena Henry here at Jersey Shore, and everybody that kept the kids safe, and of course the kids for keeping themselves safe and able to play football. It was really impressive.
Yeah, it was, and nothing should be taken away from this moment, but again, these kids deserve to be out here. They earned their right. They went through a barn burner. Like I said, this is probably the closest game. We still got one game to go left here. It's going to be St. Joseph's Prep and Central York, which should be, in my opinion, a really good game to watch. But as of right now, this stands as the closest game in the PIAA, championship. So Jersey Shore made anybody watching at home or listening or doing anything, or here watching the game, made them kind of sit on the edge of their seat.
Well, the folks got to clean the area here and sanitize it for the next group of people to come in to call the 6A game. So we'll depart the premises and we'll clean up our stuff. Big thanks to a lot of people for making this broadcast possible. The Jersey Shore coaches, athletes, and parents, and all the fans that support. Of course, the local businesses that enable us to do these broadcasts, and despite the tough times, have decided to continuously support us. We're more appreciative than you even know. Athletic Director Serena Henry for all of her help this season. I can tell you from various places I've worked throughout the years, not that many years, but the years nonetheless, when you have athletic directors and sports information directors, people at different levels that work with you, it makes all the difference in the world. Big shout out to Matt Hoppus at River Valley Internet, providing the hookup on the internet connection at Thompson Street Stadium this year. Doug Byerly and Nate Carpenter have assisted with our broadcast this year. Nate was out in the stands freezing his tail off tonight, and we know Nate will remember this one, and he talked about it's all about the journey. I was just texting him, letting him know that I know how much this program means to him, and he was saying this will be one you remember forever. Producer Vince Swartz back at home doing the video all year, also handling the YouTube connection on that audio. Executive producers, my bosses Dave and Karen Stratton, such wonderful people and such supportive people. And, of course, Brandon Barker. I can't even imagine the amount of work that Brandon does amidst his 2 jobs, making sure to do these games, Brandon. Your hard work is appreciated, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much for being here all year, man.
Yep, thank you for letting me do this. Ever since I made that phone call a couple of years ago, I haven't regretted it since.
Well, it's a memorable game. It didn't go Jersey Shore's way, but the final reads 21-14, and Thomas Jefferson, state champs. My name is Sam Cooperman saying good night from Hersheypark Stadium in Hershey, PA. And Thomas Jefferson, the 4A state champs. Jersey Shore's remarkable season ends 21 yards shy.
Thanks for listening to today's championship game. Brought to you by B.A. Meichel Electric, Ballbirds Brewing Company, Country Berry Shack, Deja Vu, Downtown Lock Haven Inc., Fager Insurance, First Quality, Hollick's Coal and Oil, Jason Eberhard State Farm, Jersey Shore State Bank, the Jersey Shore Football Boosters, K&W Tire, KUTZAS Kitchen, McMahon, Ferguson & Associates, Muncie Bank and Trust Company, Park Pizza, Gamble Farm Inn and Suites, Penn Automotive, River Valley Internet, Schweitzer's Auto Sales, Susquehanna Transit, Terry's Coal and Wood Stoves, TLC Fuels, Weary Painting and Contracting, the Dave Winkleman team at First Choice Real Estate, and Woodlands Bank. We appreciate your loyalty this season. It's been a great ride. Celebrate the Bulldogs' success and remember where to go to hear Jersey Shore Bulldog football in the fall of 2021. Please patronize our advertisers, shop small business, and thanks for listening to the Bear Country Sports Network.